Well, hello there. Didn't notice yet.
Boo. God, I know you missed me.
Welcome to the Reliables, everybody. Here we are on a reliable Monday, unreliably doing a show about reliable people who are unreliable.
What?
That's right.
Now I've gone cross-eyed.
I'm sure I followed that into the dark corner where it got beaten.
Nice.
That's after the show. After the
Safe
show.
words.
Now, The Reliables is a tabletop RPG live stream. And it's kind of special in that not only do we have some very special people at the table, but the game itself, you at home get to affect, change, add to, and cause all sorts of mayhem and fun right here at this table for us. Hi, you are a participant in a variety of different and fun ways. The most important of those ways is, of course, through the store, which we're going to get to in just a second. But first, I want you to meet these other people at the table. Now, I, of course, am James Durham. You know who I am. Everyone knows who I am.
Cut too wide shot of the table, nobody's there.
Yeah. Yep. Disembodied voices that you're hearing are the people I'm going to introduce you to. And I'm going to start with someone who you haven't seen in a while, who we have all missed oh so dearly. Helen
Ray
Roundhill
Crisp.
is here.
Oh, damn.
You see that?
Hi!
Helen Roundhill is here. Helen
Hi, friends.
plays Princess
I
Hedgehog.
do.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Princess Hedgehog?
Sure. Princess Hedgehog is a mushroom goblin, the last of their kind. I mean, all of us are, in fact, the last of our kinds, but I'm special, if we're being honest. You know.
Your first name is Princess. I mean, we get it.
Oh, yeah. That's not even, like, I am a royal child of what is now, I guess everybody else is dead, so that does make me, in fact, the monarch. But Princess is, in fact, my first name.
Empress Princess Hedgehog.
And that is the one.
And your sole royal subject as well.
The
What
sponge?
can I say? I'm self-possessed.
I worship myself later. Oh, yeah.
I always do. Oh, darling, you look wonderful.
Yes, you do. You know who else we have at the table? We have Xander Layden at the table, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Xander plays Paul. You want to tell us a little bit about Paul?
I would love to. Paul looks exactly like this. Anything contrary to that is not canon.
Fake news.
Yeah, Paul is the last Sodian, a polysilicate life form imbued with big brain and big heart. And they
What
are,
else is big, Paul?
Paul has no genitals to speak of.
I was
but,
talking about your height.
Paul is
He's
also
9 feet
quite
tall. That was what we were going towards.
But now that you mention it,
Actors, ladies and gentlemen, actors.
We're always thinking about our genitals.
But yeah, Paul, like a Ken doll, but very smart and rocky. That's Paul in a nutshell.
Thank you, Xander.
Yep.
in a nutshell. Okay.
What, are you stoned?
Wow.
Oh,
wow,
man.
wow.
Bro, not cool.
We are also joined by Dave Beecham. Dave plays Warren Winston Williams III. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Of course. Warren Winston Williams III is an intrepid explorer from the turn of the century who is good at everything. He doesn't need to tell you what, he'll just tell you the story about why. Incredible character. Quite the man about town, I'll tell you what. Boy, howdy do. Well, there we are then. Back.
Thank you, Dave. And we also have Christian Doyle with us, who plays Jonah Mox.
Hi, I'm Christian Doyle. I play shape-changing thief Jonah Mox. He is a shape-changing thief who is bad at shape-changing. That's all you really need to know. If you need somebody stabbed with a knife, Jonah Mox is your guy. If you need somebody to turn into something useful, you might want to pick somebody else. It's just the way it works.
Now, out of curiosity, you are reformed, so are you still a thief?
I've thought about this a lot because he's technically reformed societally, like his parole is over, but he paid the crime. He paid the time for doing the crime. I don't think that's changed him.
Don't you? I'm just wondering if you are neither a shapeshifter nor
There's a slight
thief.
possibility that he is neither a shape changer nor a thief anymore, right? Just a stabby, edgelordy dude.
Stabby
Nope,
edgelord.
I'm not going to say it.
Say
It's
it.
right
Go
there.
ahead, go ahead.
So
Go
you're
ahead.
just playing yourself?
I'm just playing myself. Yes, that's correct.
Right.
Not to be confused with playing with yourself.
I'm also doing that.
Little
Sorry.
column A.
How?
I'm also doing that.
Little
Wrong
column
show.
B.
Wrong show, wrong network.
Right.
we were talking about the other
Check
one.
out our OnlyFans.
Please don't. Don't check out our OnlyFans.
I mean, the store in that one.
That is the
Uh,
most
Yes, it
creative
is.
spelling of
Meta
my
meltdown.
name I've ever
The meta
seen.
meltdown gets kind of sticky.
It's bizarre.
That is an interesting spelling of your name. I like it.
We change more than hats.
I do have a
We
Twitter
changed
account.
mine.
You,
That
you have a
hurts.
Twitter account?
I do have a Twitter
What's your
account.
Twitter account?
My Twitter account is Scatter Dave.
There we go.
Scatter Day.
Scatter Dave is my Twitter account.
Hey, and now that you met everyone, why don't you hear a little bit about that great store that you can use so you can participate in today's show? You know who's going to tell you about it? Helen is going to tell you all about that store and the great
For
things that
about
you get.
20 minutes, if history has anything to say about it.
Tell us more.
This is honestly just so that I can review because it's been so long. So let's start at the top. It's a shout out. If you want to tell me how much you've missed me, you can grab a shout out. If you want to suggest that maybe for all of our entertainment, Jonah Mox shapeshift, shout out. Let's see. A penny saved is a penny earned. If you get us a penny, we can spend them on cool things like re-rolling the dice, drawing another card, saving our lives, which, you know, is actually lower on the list for me than those other two. But let's see. A jam in the works. If you want to do exactly that, but for the worst person at this table, you can buy one for James. And that is a jam in the works. Personality reorder. If you want to push us, really push us in one direction or another, more toward, say, our avatar or more toward our pilot. I don't know why you'd ever want to push me away, though. You can pick up a personality disorder and say, for instance, Dave, you gotta go 2 toward your avatar because we just can't handle that safari hat any longer.
That's a pithy response.
Wow. I'm glad you had a helmet on. I'm sure it hurt. All right, let's
She
see.
said.
Win, lose, or draw. If we do not like the card that we are given, we can redraw and decide if that one is better, whether or not we keep it. Or if James is being the edgiest of lords, as James is so wont to do, and is too high up there, has drawn a card that is too high in the initiative, then win, lose, or draw, we can force that on James. All right, a shocking arrangement. A shocking arrangement is like a personality reorder, except it happens to all of us, and it's random. So, you know, yeah, if, say, we're in the middle of, I don't know, me flying, and you decide that you want, or flying all of us around, and you want all of us to crash suddenly to the earth, a shocking arrangement might accomplish that. As we all move into different places on our personality sliders. Now, dance, magic, dance. I know the inner workings of your heart. I know that you have always wanted to have a meat puppet. I understand. You can't just keep playing with yourself like this all the time.
I can't.
Alas, no.
Wait.
Sometimes.
Do you mean meat puppet or do you mean sex doll? Because what you're describing.
I mean, you can put your fist in either one, so.
Oh, and for Merc, I'm in the short chair. That's why I'm shorter than everyone.
Sure. Also for Merc, yes, any tiara you send me, I will wear. Okay.
Same goes for me.
Me too.
I have one already, but you know, I'm in.
You can never have too many tiaras.
It's
Dave.
true. It is very, very true. All right. Sorry. So back to our dance magic dance. If that is ordered, we have to dance around, and you get to see these sick moves. All right. Story time. Do you want to know more about our sorted pasts? Of course you do. If you purchase a story time, we will tell you a memory from either our character's past or sorry, our pilot's past or our avatar's past, and we will likely have to make those up on the spot because we are not prepared.
And just for fun, if you choose that today, you can also pick some things that we say. We'll just add them in.
Cool. What?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I'm in.
It's like a Mad Libs.
Yep.
Oh, that's fun. I like
Yeah.
that. I
We'll
like
still
that
give
a
the
lot.
history, but they can pick what it has to be about. We have to make it part of our character's canon. What do you say? Just for the
Oh,
day?
sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love a challenge.
Yeah, I like it too. Let's do it.
You get to create history today, folks.
Creating history. It's like Hamilton, but better. All right.
Thrown away my shot.
That was beautiful. Oh my god. I'm about to cry. All right. A reliable source. So a reliable source is like a reality TV show where we get drawn out of the moment that we are all in. We get to comment on it and talk mad shit about our teammates. And we will.
Oh yeah.
Are we allowed to swear now?
No.
Hell
In
no.
fact, the fact that you said mad shit already means that we're off the air. And the fact that I said it means we're off the air twice.
Shit.
God
There we
damn
go.
it.
There goes the
Pinky.
fucking
Oh,
neighborhood.
beans.
Jesus. What a
Miss
shitty
Frizzle.
situation.
C-word. Okay, I just wanted to jump into it.
Confidence and caring?
Nothing like this happened at my last studio.
Yeah. I would definitely say Karen is involved.
All right. So, reliable source. So that brings us to
Hello,
getting an
hello.
education. Now, we've already talked about how not only is James the shortest person at the table, he's also the worst person at the table. But if you want to give some horrible foe, some NPC with bad breath, an edge up on us, you can purchase James an education to use.
I really need educating.
Well, that is true. And still, I urge you not to. All right, meta meltdown. If you want us all to trade hats and personalities, this is your guy. Purchase a meta meltdown and watch the wigs and the hats fly. Rule of cool. Do you want to see us do some really cool shit? Purchase a rule of cool. We all decide, or we all go around the table and we're like, the coolest thing I could do in this moment, and you get to vote on which one wins. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hizzle to the dizzle.
I mean, we all know who's gonna win, though, right? So.
Xander, usually, I think.
Oh, see, I always thought it was you. I don't play with Xander enough.
Done
can
it
change
once
that.
or twice, I think. Once or twice.
Let's
Just
see.
never me. I never win the roll cool.
Alas, alas. And that brings us to our final thing, which I think is going to open our episode today, is a hack attack.
Dun dun dun.
If you
want to do cool shit, you've watched us do cool shit. It's your turn. You get to affect the game in some really shocking and possibly unsafe ways. Here you go. Hack that attack, baby. All right, I think that's everything.
hack
That is
attacks are the
everything.
only ways to make rap battles happen, just in case you're wondering.
I'm down.
I would prefer to never be in a rap battle ever again for the rest
Oh,
of my
that
life.
was
you
so
heard
much
it here
fun.
first, folks. He wants to be in another
Ever.
rap battle. Only you can make it happen.
Please don't ever make me be in a rap battle again. Please. I'm begging you. I really am. This isn't like some attempt to get you to actually hack it. Please, don't do that to yourself. You don't deserve that. No one deserves that. You know what? We should probably talk about the game we play for a minute here, too. Do you know that we play Savage Worlds by the Pinnacle Entertainment Group. In fact, they're our partners on this show. They make it possible. They're really great.
Aw.
And Christian's
They
going
love
to tell you a
us.
little bit about how the game is played.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You know, you're probably familiar with the tabletop role-playing game experience. See a lot of that? There's some with dungeons, and some with dragons, and some with lasers, and some with magic, and some with robots, and some with everything. And that's Savage Worlds Adventure Edition by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. One of the most flexible RPGs, any kind of world you want to play in, Savage Worlds probably already has the IP for it. And if they don't, people hack them together all the time. It's fantastic, fast, furious, fun, using dice from D4 size all the way up to D20s sometimes, and adding wild dice for our wild card characters who are important player type characters. We use cards for initiative. It's all got a very, very fast-paced feel to it, and it lets us do some really fun stunts. So please enjoy Savage Worlds Adventure Edition by Pinnacle Entertainment Group.
Thank you,
Ooh,
Christian.
ah.
Thank you so much.
They don't know, but I'm still frozen
yep.
in this position holding this book here.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck that way for a while. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we also are going to be using pilots and avatars in today's episode. And pilots are, well, the characters you've already met. You know, Jonah
Indeed.
Mox,
Indubitably.
Warren Winston Williams III, Paul, Princess Hedgehog, Vector Rains, John Stone, all are pilots. Now, pilots get to use metapods or other devices to travel across dimensions and enter the bodies of other individuals.
Oh
called
my.
Avatars. Get your mind out of the gutter. Now, while within these bodies, they share that body. Their minds and souls intertwine. And there is a little indicator at the bottom that's going to tell you who happens to be in charge of the body at any one time. And
Red
if the-
Rocket!
Yeah,
Red
if the
Rocket!
red rocket is pointed over on the P side, that means the pilot is running the show.
But if you're pointing that red rocket at the A,
That means the avatar is running
Oh,
the show. And if it's in the
Avatar,
middle,
right.
well, both of them are in there at the same time and in
Tussling
charge,
for
tussling for
control.
control.
mhm,
Tain't bad.
it's virtual.
Wow.
It's virtual neutrality. That's why we call it the V.
Yeah, sure.
So,
You're 12.
I'm 13. Easy.
Now, this also influences which character sheet they get to use. When they're in the avatar is the only sheet they can access. When they're over on pilot, the pilot sheet is the only one they can use. When they're in the middle, they get to use both, but add a little bit of a penalty because those personalities are struggling within that body. It's kind of difficult for two individuals to occupy the same space. Some might say that it's physically impossible, but on this show, it happens almost every week. And that's how pilots and avatars work. And we've had quite the season so far here on the Reliables, haven't we?
Indubitably.
I mean, you're asking, but Helen doesn't know.
I have no idea. I've been napping a lot.
Yeah. Princess Hedgehog has taken most of this season off to rest. But you have been pursuing an adversary for quite some time now. Someone who is going to these different dimensions and in some cases removing an individual and in other cases an entire population of individuals.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then just last week, you learned some very striking and startling information from this individual. Whether or not it's true, well, that remains to be seen. But there's more work to do, which brings us aboard the Reliance. In the middle of the night, when the majority of the crew is fast asleep or plugged into a computer, if you're John Stone.
Drinking our last nightcap.
Yes. Not everyone aboard the Reliance sleeps, though. Paul does not. Sleep is not necessary for Sodians, and so often Paul finds that they're able to get most of their work done in that 8 to 14, that's Princess Hedgehog, who sleeps 14 hours,
14 weeks. Come on, be real.
period of time where people are inactive. And that's where we're going to start, is Paul happens to be traveling through the ship and has stopped in the mess hall because, well, there's something sitting on the table over there, and the last time he walked through, there was nothing on the table, and it is definitely
Is it
not
me?
food.
Am I sitting on the table?
No, you
Oh.
are not. It's in fact looks like a stack of file folders and a little hard disk drive on top of it, and there's a note attached to the top of it. And this, ladies and gentlemen at home, is a hack attack that someone purchased and put into the show. This is a wonderful example of one.
What does the note say?
Listen, management was never going to give you access to these, but they've hopefully got something inside that will help you. Helping chronicled subjects never ends well. I mean, Monday reached out to help the ones she was writing about, and nobody's seen or heard from her since. The things I heard say she was either fired, killed, or is on the run and on Rhodes' most wanted list. And honestly, I don't know what scares me most. But I don't want the world to end, and from what I've written so far, you guys seem like the ones to do something about it. Just for all our sakes, don't let management or the council know you have these, and definitely not where you got them. I don't want to die. Concerned C.
Wait, we already covered what C was, right?
Earlier in the show,
Yeah.
We,
Okay, I'm going to take a peek at what this concerned C is left.
All right, there's a few files there.
Yeah,
The,
left is awake.
the bigger folder has a little index to it. It seems to be a condensed and hard copy report on individuals, specifically every member of the council, somebody named General Jackson, someone else named Jebediah Lexington, someone named Nick Krieger, someone named Dr. Simon Lane, Eli Stone, Iconoclast, Tom, Rhodes, Jonathan, Zenda, Wendy Gates, and a whole stack of information about Metaverse Prime, specifically in regards to something called the program and metaversal travel.
And this information on Prime and metaversal travel, I'm assuming I wouldn't know too much about a lot of direct dossier type information about the Masters, but this information about Prime and metaversal travel, is this new information to me?
Some of it you know, but some of it is very keenly specific about actual events that you've kind of heard of, but a lot of this is definitely what you would consider like top secret, classified, probably shouldn't know it information or that they don't want anyone to know. And a lot of it is told from an outside perspective, like someone watching all of these events occur, but not actively participating in them.
Okay.
There's a second folder. It's much slimmer, and it has a sticky note on the top that says, editorials, read at your own risk.
I mean, I got the curious hindrance. I'm reading at my own risk easily. Yeah.
They're essentially, well, stories, but stories of real events, again, involving a lot of these individuals, members from the council, stories about Crash Jackson and Rosie Harvin, and even some stories about this Monday person. There's quite a few of them. I mean, an expanse of many, many years.
So I've got the log, basically.
Yeah. Weird thing, though, is you're going through the larger folder with all these reports of events. It's sort of like a history going back. Some of the oldest reports dating back several years, as you're looking at the pages and pictures in them, they're fading away. The writing is disappearing. The pictures are fading into nothing. And it's just becoming blank paper. The more recent stuff is still fine, but it's all this old stuff. It's just disappearing.
Okay. Do I recognize this sort of phenomenon as magical or temporal or?
You believe it's something temporal. You have a distinct feeling that that's not supposed to happen, that something is very wrong here. And especially with the most recent information you learned on your last trip into the metaverse. This seems to coincide pretty heavily with it.
Okay, if I memorize a page as it's about to disappear, do I retain the information?
Yes.
Okay, that's something. I'm assuming storing it in another means may
It's
not
not
be as-
disappearing fast.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and memorize all of this as quickly as I can, though, and then...
All right, you are flipping
And
through
share
these
it.
pages, and we're going to go to another part of the ship where someone else is having trouble sleeping, and that is namely Jonah Mox. Now, his sleeping tends to be in a jar much of the time because it's a very relaxed state to just be liquid and floating. But something was just keeping you awake tonight, and you're kind of just wandering the halls of the Reliance. It's quiet. It's kind of nice. You can sneak into where John Stone's plugged into a computer. And
Yeah, I tend to wander the ship in puddle form late at
Yeah.
night because it's
convenient
easier
that
than
way.
it's easier than pulling myself together into a shape.
You know,
Did I step in you?
More
A few
than
weeks back?
more than once.
Ah,
and this way it makes it easy for you to like tie John Stone's shoelaces together,
Mhm.
and things like that. Just move things in his room to irritate him. It's a wonderful pastime you develop. And as you're on your way back from doing one such thing, you're passing by the chamber which contains the metapods you've used so many times. The light is on, and you hear the ceiling sound of one of the metapods opening up, and heavy breathing.
I'm going to take a closer look.
Pierce is climbing out of one of the metapods. He is drenched in sweat.
I want to pop up right behind him and be like, "Hey, buddy, what you doing?"
Boom, boom. I hate it when you do that.
Uh-huh.
It was we were talking the other day, and about maybe the council going too far and that maybe being a problem, and well, the odds are really against us. I don't know if they have a file on me, but odds is kind of my thing. Probability.
Yeah, no, I know what you can do.
Yeah.
They've got a pretty extensive dossier on your abilities.
Yeah, as things stand, if we are forced into a confrontation with the council, our probability stands at about 0.0% of survival.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of looking to change that, so I've been bonding avatars.
Go.
Just since we talked the other day?
Yeah.
And you're a class 5, so that means you can just bond pretty much as many as you want until you go crazy, right?
Yeah, and I hate it. I haven't bonded an avatar in over 1,000 years.
Wow. You look amazing for your age.
I do pretty well.
So you think we're going to have to fight those guys?
I hope that we never have to fight them, but should we be
you're
forced into a
preparing for it
confrontation-
anyway by kind of power leveling?
I don't really see any option around. This isn't from what you told me from this crazy
No,
person.
I'm totally with you. What'd you
We
get?
can't run. Well, so far nothing particularly great. I've got a much better understanding of some science concepts and engineering that I didn't have before, and then I can fly and I'm bulletproof now.
See, that's kind of what I was going for. I only get the one avatar. I've always just wondered what it was like to. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm perfectly happy with the one I've bonded. It's cool and everything. I like being able to like pull magic guns out of nowhere. But that being said, you can fly and are bulletproof.
Gets peanuts compared to what some members of the council can do.
Oh, I've heard.
I'm not looking to power level. What I'm looking for is an ace in the hole. I need a trick up my sleeve. Something when the chips are down that can, maybe keep me and I guess the rest of you from, ending up dead.
But you understand that, like, we're not going to beat them at their own game.
Oh, absolutely not. We can't.
You're just carrying around a much bigger gun now.
Yeah. Well, I would like to have the ability to escape or live to fight another day as opposed to, just immediately losing. Hedging my bets, as it were.
Right. Well,
And, John wouldn't really approve of this. In fact, I'm specifically forbidden from doing this.
then I guess you want me to not tell anyone?
It would be best if we kept this quiet, kind of like we're planning on keeping a lot of this from John anyway. I mean, he's on the council, reports directly to the council. I mean, I don't know how much stock we're putting into this crazy guy's theories, but if there's even a chance he's right and we tell them,
I mean, these interdimensional bad guys, they make crap up all the time. We could be lying for all we know. Until we get something concrete that, shows us what he's doing is real, then we have no choice but to, sit on it, I guess?
Yeah, it could be, but,
Because, like, if he is right, we can't just go to the council with it because then
No.
we're just shooting ourselves in the foot.
But we should be prepared. And, that whole probability thing I do currently stands at 68% that he's telling the truth.
Okay, so how do we move that percentage up?
We need a little more information, specifically some background, something to verify things. I don't know if we need some way of knowing is that the past is disappearing. If we find out the past is actually disappearing, then we know it's accurate. Paul, you can hear voices from down the hall. There's a conversation going on.
Oh, Paul's up.
Oh, hi, Paul. I was just cleaning the metapods.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, cleaning the metapods.
They look very clean.
It's Paul.
Yeah, but
But nothing. He's not on the council.
okay. I wasn't cleaning the metapods. I was using the metapods.
Okay, I was trying to be polite. They look filthy. I have
Sorry, I was gardening in them. What do you want from me? I'm not here.
I have information to share. Take a look at these. Paul hands the dossier and the note and all of that over to Jonah Mox. Want to bounce this off of him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is like dirt.
Yeah, it goes back pretty far. If you skip to the back, though, you'll notice some information is vanishing.
What do you mean? It's vanishing. Oh, like this almost completely blank page?
Yep. The one before it, you'll see.
Yeah, what is this?
I believe it to be a temporal disruption, probably a result of some of the actions being taken by the adversary.
Dun dun dun.
So he's Back to the Futuring us?
It's now at 87% for the record.
No shit.
Yeah, it just spiked.
Well, 87 is good enough for me.
I mean, who do we tell? What do we do?
Literally everybody
Okay.
on the ship that isn't a cyborg working for the council.
All right. Well, Vector, he already knows. He was there.
Yep.
And that white man guy. Yeah. He
White
knows.
man knows what's going on.
Okay.
That leaves
So there's the two new ones.
the
what's his
teacher
name?
and the adventurer, right?
The Private Eye. Yeah.
Right.
Private Eye and Adventurer, and well, Princess Hedgehog. You know.
How did we not tell Hedgehog?
Probably because she doesn't keep her mouth shut.
Oh, right. I'll just knock on her door.
But
Boom, boom.
also-
Little bit. Wake up.
Princess Hedgehog's got magic, and well, one of the few things I've seen in all my travels across dimensions that can level a playing field. Magic.
Wake up.
Hello, Jonah Mox.
Hello.
Hi.
There's cake.
Oh my god, cake! Oh my god, cake! Wait, really?
No.
Oh.
No cake.
I don't want cake.
Sorry.
We brought
Uh,
files.
Wake up Warren too.
But I mean, I could wake up Warren by crying about not getting cake when I was promised cake.
We'll
What?
start-
There's cake?
Warren's up.
I heard cake. I was in a deep sleep, and suddenly I was like, cake.
That
Well-
is exactly what happened to me. Do you think there is a conspiracy?
Let's just go to the galley and I'll get baking and we can talk about this, okay?
Ah, good
You
bacon
bake?
cake.
Yeah.
You bake and you stab things. You just get more and more fascinating all the time.
Sounds like my last girlfriend.
Huh.
You're a really
Did you deserve it?
The cake? Of course I did. I
Ah,
always deserve
Of
cake.
course.
you're a really smart rock person, Paul. You have any theories or ideas?
Oh, about what? Is it
Um,
game night?
Oh.
Well, the timeline is being affected most likely by either the Galvanic Collective or by the fellow trying everything in his power to stop it from arising in the first place.
That sounds bad.
Either way, the distant past is being erased or rendered unrecognizable.
But that could potentially be a good thing. I mean, I don't know if any of you had a particularly nice past, but there are some things that I would like to change.
So we've been chasing this guy for a little while now.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Not great. Not
Oh.
super great. No.
Okay.
We finally started kind of getting ahead of him, but now he knows us and knows who we are, and he decided to weirdly confide in us on our last mission.
Well, then he's lying, right?
No, there's a 87%
87% chance.
that he's telling the truth.
Did you try torture?
No, we don't do that.
Right, we don't. Of course we don't do that.
Warren, you are from a really ass backwards place, and
I don't wake people up with promises of cake that aren't there. But
I'm baking
Thank you,
a
Warren.
cake.
The cake is in process.
So, okay, so he confided in you. What did he say? Just like, man, it really sucks that you're following me around and that you beat me every time, because we do.
So his plan is to take out the Galvanic Collective because they apparently are the end of the universe. Right?
Yes, he is apparently cognizant of the last half of a nanosecond in which the universe exists.
Wait, I thought we were following the Galvanic Collective. I have apparently been asleep for a very long time this time.
No, things have just gotten weird. So those guys that we beat up, the Galvanic Collective,
Yeah.
apparently in the far, far, far future, they end the universe. You
How
follow
does
me?
that directly affect us?
I'm glad you asked. Because this crazy pants guy is going backwards in time, right? He's going the opposite direction that we're going.
Sure. So we
he's
are moving
also
this way.
making,
He
and
is
he's
moving
making
this
sure
way.
that they never exist. That's his plan.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I guess the reason that they come into power is because of what we're doing. Or rather, what the masters are having us do.
Wait, so we're chasing our own tail?
You know how
to
like
create the
we're
end
going
of the
around
world?
stopping problems before they happen, right?
Yeah.
Stuff that the council says, you know.
Which it sounds like this guy calling the boss is doing.
Yeah, it turns out that trying to do a minority report kind of situation like that isn't good for everybody, including the universe.
Oh.
So he's sort of Merlining a Back to the Future gambit with us.
Word.
To your mother.
That's an excellent way of putting it, actually.
You're rather smart for a rock, aren't you?
Oh.
Thank you.
Ah, you're welcome. Lovely, lovely to have you on board.
You
Yes.
seem to have an abundance of literary references.
Ah,
So-
yes, I do love a nice litter.
Woof.
So the main problem is this is what we have to deal with as far as confiding in people. We can't really tell John what's going on because he is a member of the council.
But if the council knew that there was something that was wrong, the council would do something about it, right?
Well, the thing is, they would try to do something about it, which would inevitably lead to, if this guy is right, the same thing happening. It's not like something we can just stop doing or...
But they saved the universe.
Yeah, no, they saved all of you, I know, from essentially interdimensional slavery, which, you know, I would be grateful
And I
also.
am the universe, yes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That doesn't mean what they're doing is right this time.
I see.
And we don't know that their intentions are good. Not really. I mean, I don't know any of those dudes except for John, and frankly, he's my least favorite person on the ship.
Andy's
I
pretty
mean,
cute, though.
you're
so
trying.
there is that.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Perhaps we could ask them?
No!
Dear Council, we think you're fucking up. Remarks? I think it would go really well.
I
We-
mean,
We need to confirm this one way or another, and I mean, it means we got to keep following this guy. We got to keep trying to stop him, or if we're going to decide to try a different tactic, we need to talk about that as a group.
perhaps a covert operation of some type to ferret out the truth of the matter.
Do you have a ferret? I've been watching videos of them, and they're really cute. No, okay.
Universe is doomed.
And with that, the comms come on. Heads up, team. This is Stone, Command Center. We've got new reports. Our adversary is striking in a dimension. Jonah Monks, Warren, Paul, Princess, you're up.
I am up. Did you want something from me?
We're going on a mission.
Oh, I see. I thought he was just remarking on the fact that I was awake. Gosh, it has been a minute.
You know the drill.
don't stop that now.
You got 5 minutes to prep, get to the pods, shut them down.
You got it. Here we go.
5 minutes.
Nothing. You say nothing
About what?
What?
about all the stuff we just taught. You're trying to be subtle now. I literally thought you just didn't understand.
Of course I don't.
Hold on. Hedgehog doesn't understand. I can tell in their eyes.
Just basically, just the best way for me to keep this secret is to trust you. Weird.
Okay.
And I think I can do that because we are FRIENDS.
I'm
Friends, yes.
I am confident you spelled that correctly.
I wasn't.
Well,
All right.
if it's any consolation, the cake should be done by the time we're out.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, I
Well
do
then.
love cake.
Something to look forward to then.
I'll leave a note. It'll be fine.
I'm sure we can set a timer on John Stone.
Guys, you
he
know
has
it's
to have
just
one, right?
it's a replicator. I just push a button. It's
Oh,
A replicate. Oh.
Yeah, there's already a cake there.
Ah,
and we don't have time.
We did say you have 5 minutes. Now about 4.
Ah!
I don't want frosting in those metapods. It's my turn to clean them next week.
Is that why they're so grungy? Is you're the only one that actually keeps to the roster? I mean, you and I are the only ones who actually keep to the roster.
I'm going to the pods.
Into the metapods, and the white light of the metaverse surrounds you. And you find yourself in avatars.
Oh, all right. The quick changes begin.
The quick
As we
changes
cut away
begin.
to change.
I
Cut
look
away,
so
cut away.
naked without my ears.
A fairy is traveling to an undisclosed location within the Great Lakes.
or fairy boat?
Like ferry, a boat to transport. No
you
flap
said
flap.
like fairy again, as if I hadn't asked you to define which fairy.
I would say fae if I was talking about that. Thank you.
Oh, okay,
Okay. No confusing here. And we're just going to leave that subject alone. This ferry is traveling to an undisclosed location within the Great Lakes, shrouded in mist and fog. It's windy, it's kind of choppy out, and the weather is growing significantly worse. Now, there are some individuals on this ferry, but let's talk about where it's headed to first. It's headed to a remote, undisclosed island known as Eisenhorn Isle. Now, Eisenhorn Isle is famous for only one thing: the Eisenhorn Asylum for the criminally insane.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right, and everyone on board is headed to this asylum for their own reasons and purposes. Aboard is Catherine Ross, being piloted by Princess Hedgehog. Catherine Ross is an investigative reporter. Not just any investigative reporter, but one responsible for the capture of one of the most deadly serial killers in history. That's right. She uncovered the secret and hidden identity of this individual and is instrumental in tracking him down and bringing him to justice.
I did it once and I'll do it again.
And as a result of that and her secret partnership with an FBI agent involved in the case, she is getting to have an actual eyewitness account coverage for her report of the trip to the asylum itself, to see this villain put behind bars, and maybe, just maybe, even get a few words from the elusive Dr. Eisenhorn himself.
Talent does have its benefits.
Indeed. Also aboard this ferry is Special Agent Martin Shaw, the FBI agent who partnered with Catherine Ross to bring this killer to justice. Agent Shaw is rather new to the Bureau and is fond of, well, what could be considered unorthodox techniques, like working with investigative reporters.
You're welcome, by the way.
This has been the case of a lifetime for Agent Shaw. This is going to propel him into the upper ranks, get him recognition. This is a career case here for Special Agent Shaw, and he is seeing it all the way to the end. He is going to make sure that this killer gets put into a cell and locked away where they can never hurt anyone again. Which brings us to Simon Simmons, piloted by Warren Winston Williams III. the most notorious serial killer in American history. 37
Boxes of
victims,
grape nuts.
all killed with his bare hands.
Good Lord, where'd you get bare hands?
Simon is aboard what can be considered essentially an oversized hand truck, manacled, straitjacketed, masked, and prevented from causing harm to anyone.
I'm really a very nice guy.
Simon is extraordinarily mentally disturbed with some rather skewed worldviews. Also on this ferry is Dr. Carl Einhardt, unassuming scientist, psychologist, and budding geneticist, here to meet Dr. Eisenhorn himself
Great man. He's wonderful.
and learn some of these new cutting-edge techniques in psychology, medicine, and genetics. It is the opportunity of a lifetime, and it has taken a tremendous amount of work and financial support
Yeah.
for Dr. Eisenhardt to be allowed to make such a journey.
It's Einhardt.
Sorry,
Einhardt.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's difficult to pronounce.
It is difficult to pronounce. And you have been on board this ferry for well over 2 hours. It is quite the journey, and it has been rather unpleasant with the choppy waters, the wind growing worse, storm clouds blowing in. This is not really a time to be on the water, but special cargo that needed to be delivered.
Oh,
As the wind chapped our very faces, we thought to ourselves, will it be worth it? Will it? I'm looking for a quote, Doctor. Will this all be worth it?
I sincerely hope so.
How do you spell,
What?
Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out later. I sincerely hope so. So do I, Doctor.
Oh, good, good. So there was no chance I could have taken a different ferry with not the murderer on it?
Unfortunately, there are very few trips to and from the island,
Okay.
partially to maintain its secrecy and isolation. It is very important to keep an island housing the most criminally insane and dangerous and violent offenders far away from the rest of society.
I think that will help.
So you are with the police?
I am police. Well, not exactly. I just say
Don't
that.
be modest.
Well, I'm FBI. Transporting this
The FBI is
FBI.
like a...
sort of like a super police, federal level.
I'll have the
sort of.
soup.
You're doing a remarkable job of speaking through the muzzle.
Of course I am.
Yeah. Oh man.
Professional.
I don't think it's to keep him from speaking so much as to keep him from biting people.
True. You'd think it would muffle or at least deter some talk, but I guess America.
So, Doctor, are you theorizing that perhaps our convict has an oral fixation? Please comment.
I come from the school of psychology that does look into the phenomenon of the oral fixation, but I am not a studier or a contemporary of Freud in that way, so no.
I do like a good cigar.
In my professional opinion, this man is what I would call batshit crazy.
Right.
You don't kill that many people without being really off your rocker, you know?
And you just made the shortlist, my friend.
And yet I am much taller than you and also not tied up.
For now.
You make an excellent point.
You're not making
He's
it out
very
right.
large, isn't he? He's a very big man.
Yes, he is quite an astounding physical specimen. The foghorn blows, and then you can kind of see through the mist as you get closer to the dock ahead.
Go!
You are reaching the island.
It's very
Man,
loud.
Just in time. The sea has gotten uncomfortably worse. The wind is really coming in. Rain is starting to come down. And you hear thunder and see lightning in the sky off in the distance.
The sea was as salty as the tears of Simon's victims and their families. Oh,
I love the tears.
Are you reading what you have just written out loud?
It helps me process.
Oh,
It's very noir of you.
I do what I can.
We'll do more
that's
later.
actually not a bad. It's a good practice to be in. Hearing your own thoughts out loud. It's perhaps a practice I shall also pick up.
Well, sometimes when you write something and it's just quite frankly
The reporter
stupid-
is clearly self-obsessed. And, oh, sorry, I'm just.
Well, this is what we're doing now.
I mean, it worked well enough helping her identify this sicko.
Everyone
So
around
So,
me thought they were safe for a
You
while.
were the heroes that brought the killer to justice. Is that correct?
We were.
correct.
Justice.
Very
Many
impressive.
long hours of hard work and investigative journalism, and of course, the support from the FBI.
And
Little
yet,
hit in the pavement.
still, it seems that it could not have been too difficult a case to crack, as it was, almost 40 people who had been crushed to death with large hands.
If it had not been difficult to crack,
I
it
know,
would not have
I know
got
they
to
make
40.
them big in the Americas, but
You should have heard the cracks.
yes, it's
Is that
very
another Freudian
very
thing?
amusing. Oh wow!
The two-person ferry crew brings the ferry up to the dock and begins tying it off as it rocks in the waves, just in time for you to get off of this very rough head. And the ferry's captain informs you that, unfortunately, even the weather conditions, we're going to be here until this storm breaks. It's unsafe to travel back across.
Oh,
It's-
well, we do love a little ambiance, don't we?
But we'll be down here, and when you're ready, and when this clears up, we can get you back to the mainland. Not that one, though. Please don't put him back on my ship again.
Absolutely not.
Don't worry.
He's going to stay away for a long time.
Good.
He's being committed here. You understand?
Oh, yeah, we make this trip really often, and it always unnerves me to come anywhere near this island full of
How
crazy
often
people.
do you make the trip the other way?
Well, usually we just stop long enough to get rid of cargo.
Right, but how often
Cargo
do you
beep
bring a
beep.
patient back
uh,
the other way?
just once with that Maxwell guy who they overturned the conviction on and then ended up putting him in the chair.
The ferryman seems like he might be looking for a change of career. Can't say that I blame him.
Don't pay him or fix the price, though.
The ferryman ushers yet another soul across the channel.
And
Oh, very good.
Ah.
Yes, I think that will make for some excellent
I
reading.
do hope you brought some pennies.
I have a pennies in my pockets.
I think we are talking about different things.
as the
It's
wind
Roscoe.
shifts, you smell smoke.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
Nothing like a roaring fire at the end of a long
Something's
trip.
burning.
must have been the enchiladas. Ooh.
I say, chaps, is any of you smoking?
Oh,
I think I'm
you
pretty
have
good
a
looking at
spare
that,
for me.
but.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
fog shifts a little, and up the hill from the docks, there's something's on fire. You can see the flames.
oh my.
Huzzah.
It seems as though the case is heating up.
Can I see what's on fire?
It looks like a rather
Who's on fire?
palatial estate, you might call it. And
Oh.
from the little you were informed about the island ahead of time, that would probably be Dr. Eisenhorn's home.
Well, shit.
Much of the home was engulfed in flame. The buttresses themselves were starting to crumble. Oh dear.
Are we wheeling this guy on like a hand cart?
Yes.
Or,
Yeah,
okay.
he's like strapped to it and
Gotcha.
chained together.
Okay, I'll be in, I'll be on cart duty, keeping an eye on him the whole time.
You said duty.
Well, surely you should do something about this house.
Did you bring us s'mores?
Is there any response? Anyone rushing to the scene?
He
or-
doesn't seem like
Well,
it.
how
You
can
seem like to
anybody
be the
rush
only
to the
ones.
How can anybody rush to the scene when the ferry's not running?
Of course, it does strike you that there's no one here at the docks waiting for you. No
As
orderlies.
there should be, we should be greeted as guests and patients.
And
Something's
ferries
wrong
don't
here.
run, they float.
Something's clearly wrong here.
I just like you.
So, would you just make these jokes at your victims and then they'd tear their own arms off? Is that how it works? Or
Stuck their thumbs in their own
they
eyes.
just crush themselves against the floor?
You're on the short list now, too, sir.
I'm not short, I'm actually quite tall.
Good
You're a
fun.
good size, babe. You're a good size.
So you two are acquainted in more than just solving crimes, then?
Well, I know how tall he is, if that's what you're asking.
I'm 6'5".
Sure
Oh,
you
you
are,
don't look a
babe.
day over
Sure you are.
32.
Well, my goodness, if there's someone trapped in that house, we have to do something.
Probably dead by now with all this banter.
What do you want? I'm
They knew
sorry.
you were coming and they set the
Oh
fire
yes,
themselves.
perhaps we should rush into the burning building and try and save all the people in there.
Well, if you won't go, I will.
Oh,
And that's exactly what I do.
If you untie me, I'll help.
that is a very
Catherine.
heroic woman.
Takes off at a sprint, reaching the top of the hill
Alright.
first. The house is engulfed in flames, but they haven't reached the front door yet. And it stands partially open, so you're able to get inside. It is thick with smoke in there.
That is very
Burning
stupid.
is intense. The heat is intense.
I tie my handkerchief across my face and I say, is there anyone here?
You don't see anyone moving through. The flames are really bad towards the kitchen. You turn off towards what must be some kind of a den or sitting room, and it is partially engulfed in flames. And you see there's a single body in a chair completely consumed by flames. Unrecognizable things, but someone burnt in that chair and is quite dead.
Oh dear. I suppose I can't ask you to comment. No.
One of the timbers in the ceiling gives way and nearly hits you, collapsing into the den that you're in.
Okay, Fraulein, you should come out of there now. It's burning a lot.
Do I see anything that could potentially be a clue or important documents by any chance?
What is your notice?
Oh, what a wonderful question. My notice is a 10.
All right, I'll take a 10 and a 6 rolled together, please. Nope, you don't notice a thing.
I notice it feels like it's taking a little longer, and so I just say, "Damn it!" And I take a few steps back with the cart and like make a running start into the burning building. Using my suspect here as a battering ram. Basically.
All right, you push.
What the
through
actual
the door.
shit?
The smoke and heat is intense. Just off to your left, you see Catherine Ross.
I learned through suffering can be translated into Latin as Disco Inferno #memory.
Thank you.
Delightful.
You know, right,
Thank you so
So-
much.
We're not up to a full memory yet, are we? Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on the store. We've got some fun things in there. I promise.
I
we'll see
was
some
I
of
was
them.
ready to be like, okay, we need memories from the crazy person, but
I mean, you poor folks only have a single Benny in that store, so this,
I know,
this is gonna be.
I know.
Yeah, this is going to be an easy fight for you.
I was gonna re-roll.
Oh, and I have-
But
I have 3.
look, chat. We need to have a conversation. I told you. You know what? I'll wait and I'll say that when he does something heinous.
You know you're all standing in a burning house right now.
Yep, it is on fire. Another timber
Yeah.
crashes down, nearly striking Catherine.
I'm
in
just
that
going to
living
be out here, not burning.
Are you
As
okay?
the building fell down around
Help!
me, I started to see all of my hopes as well.
Help,
starting
she's
to
writing.
crumble.
Oh my God, I see through the door. Why are you writing?
The light is good.
Why
part
is
of
your
the
mother
process.
logging while we're dying? I don't understand.
The two of you also see that flame-consumed body on the chair.
I'm
Ooh.
going to take a good peek at it real quick.
What's your notice over there,
My
Special Agent
notice
Shaw?
is a 10 plus 2.
I'll take a 10 and a 6.
Fresh
and
out of
let's
the
add
academy.
2. Quite the investigator.
6.
Your eyes keenly make out what could be none other than a blood stain on the chair that body
Ew.
is sitting in.
Okay. That blood stain. I'm not going to be able to get a good sample under these circumstances, but there is some foul play at hand here. That's good information.
Simon, what's your notice?
My notice is that this heat seems to be weakening my restraints. So I'm going to be struggling against it just enough to maybe see if they can get them loose without being obvious about it. But
Other than that, it's a 4.
Okay, well, let's start with that part, as that's very important. Do you have the thievery skill?
I do.
The house. The house. The princess's house is on fire. #jam. Nah, I'm not that mean. Welcome back, Helen. #Benny.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Jam.
missed you too.
Do you have the thievery skill?
I do. I have 10 in thievery.
Oh my, let's get a 10 and a 6 since Simon works on the restraints.
How-
Oh.
Oh no!
Do I contest this at all, or like to
Ooh.
notice?
Oh, we're going to get to just that, so
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and document that as a 14.
Oh,
And you
man.
had a D10 plus 2 on notice?
D10 plus, yeah.
All
All right,
plus
let's
2,
get
yeah.
another D10 and a D6. Unfortunately, you're going to be at a -2, so it's going to be
I'm
a
already
flat roll.
doing yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh boy!
No, you do not notice at all.
You want to re-roll
All
that
right.
dice?
You've
just
got a
wanna-
Benny if you want to spend it, or you can keep it. I'm totally okay with
I
keeping it as is.
mean, I'm in the middle of a burning building.
Guys, he's getting away.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, I will clarify. You have not freed yourself.
Yeah,
you have
I'm
simply loosened
Yeah.
your restraints
Heat and the-
somewhat.
I am preoccupied. This is a good reason why I would fail that roll.
You are
Uh,
absolutely not free by a long
He's
shot.
doing a good job of being surreptitious, though, as he.
Yeah.
But you're a step closer to
It
being
was
free.
very obvious to the handsome FBI agent that something was amiss. And that something was, what was it?
There's blood. We should probably
Officer,
get out
can
of
we
here before
exit?
Yes.
But there's blood on the body.
And
there's
there's
a
no way
bloodstain
that
on
the
the
blood
chair.
could have, oh gosh, it is rather smoky, isn't it?
It's getting bad.
Would this be the doctor's home, if most likely?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to go in and help them out then, just to help them get out.
All right. You can, and it is really hot. The smoke's intense. You have to get low to the floor. You're surprised they're even still able to be in there. Several of the timbers have crashed down, and the flames are just starting to engulf. And you also see the body.
Yeah, I'm dragging the
On the
chair
chair.
out of there.
What is your notice?
My notice is only a 6.
The chair itself is engulfed in flames. You're going to have to step straight into the fire step. But let's get that D6 and D6 rolled real quick and see what those come up with. 5 is good enough success. The head and neck are at an odd angle, which you, the real you, recognizes as a break.
From behind?
Clearly.
He's very crispy, correct?
Yeah. Totally crispy. Unidentifiably crispy.
Right. That means there's still teeth in there, though.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna
but
get-
engulfed in flames.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that head off then.
All right.
Oh boy!
Here we go into some danger. I'm going to need first an athletics roll from you.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna pull like a lamp or whatever, and just really take a whack at that.
My
I
God,
love
is
it.
that lamp Tiffany?
What's your
I don't think
athletics?
she has a name.
10.
All right, I'll take a D10 and a D6. And yes, Chad, his name is in quotations for a reason. And yeah, it's a perfect swing. A lot of power in there, and you connect and send that head flying off. However, because you had to get so close to the flames, we roll 2d6 for damage on the doctor.
Makes sense.
In a startling show of athleticism, Doctor, I've forgotten your name, Einhardt, Dr. Einhardt swung a lamp.
What's your toughness, Don?
That's a great question. 6.
6. All right, that's going to be enough to get a shaken result on you with the 7, which we're not in combat, so it's not a terrible thing. You're going to lose some hair, your clothes, get a little singed and burned, and you're going to smell like smoke for probably.
But I got
ever.
that head.
But you took that head off, and you're able to grab it. Hot, hot,
Yeah,
hot,
no,
hot,
hot potato.
hot,
I'm
hot.
wrapping it up in my coat.
Ooh, save some for me.
Anyone staying inside the building? It's
Uh,
collapsing.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a beeline and clear the way out. I'm gonna clear any falling debris with.
All right, I'm going to need an
the
athletics
scarves.
test from yourself and from Catherine Ross as
All
well.
right.
What's your athletics?
6.
All right, 2 6-sided dice. 2 and a 1. Do you want to use a Benny or
I
keep it?
will use a Benny for that one.
Personal or store?
Personal.
Personal Benny. Let's re-roll that. A 5. You're able to get out, brushing aside a few beams as they fall down, the flames and pieces of timber hitting the ground around you. You manage to get yourself and your charge,
Okay.
Simon, out without getting either of you on fire or horribly injured.
I'm looking to clear the path a bit too, just to make it easy.
All right, I'm going to give you a +2 bonus to your athletics test because you're following the FBI agent now who's trying to clear a path. What do you have?
I have a
Good.
6.
I'll take a 6 and a 6. See if you get hurt on the way out.
Oh boy.
A 5 becomes a 7. You do not. You follow right behind the heroic agent as he clears a path.
It's my years playing field hockey.
And as I'm clearing a path with my body, is anything catch on fire that might be on fire?
And pushed back out of the
The
building.
wages of sin, friend. This is just a preview for what you have to expect later.
I paid in nickels.
Dr. Einhardt coming out right behind you as the majority of the house collapses, the flames consuming it, holding a smoking head.
Jacket. Just a jacket with a bulge in it. That's it.
He liked it in there.
We saw this happen.
I figure you guys were busy.
I reported on it. I wrote it down in my little
You
notebook.
did not.
So
No, you have not done that.
I
No,
absolutely did.
you have not had time to do
I
that.
said it out loud. I
Missed-
sure did.
Missed
which
you
means I
removing
wrote
a
it
head,
down.
did they?
Say, doctor, these
Yeah.
are some unusual methods that you're exhibiting.
Meth heads.
I'll talk to you about it later. I say,
Still no one showing up to respond to this fire. It's hi.
So dip the head in a bucket of water or something.
Oh, it is very
Ooh,
charged.
Soup!
oh,
Yeah, it is. It's
I'm assuming
very
I have a
charged.
doctor's bag.
Yes.
All right, I'm getting some pliers out of there and just
You Dr.
Grab it.
Pliers.
grabbing some teeth.
Is this standard training for a psychologist?
I'm not a psychologist.
You look
I'm
like
a medical
psychologist.
doctor.
Is this standard training for a medical doctor?
Yeah.
Seems more like dentist work.
Yeah?
Well, he is.
Well,
from
you
Germany.
know, in my country, we do things, all rolled into one. The dentist and the doctor and the barber.
That's
They
why
all.
they're always
That seems
saying,
very efficient.
Yes, I mean, we are known for our
Dentistry.
efficiency.
showing a
why
certain
they're always
amount of
saying-
barbarism.
that's why they're always
our
saying bitter.
Our barber surgeon pulled the teeth from the smoking head.
Nine tooth bitter?
Well, I, for one, want to know what's happening
And I'm just
around
going to
here.
stick this small tool in here, just to take what I would call a small picture.
You would know.
Doesn't match.
It doesn't match what?
All right, this man, according to my medical opinion, is very dead.
And not you?
Hmm.
Oh, I take it.
Oh, they're still letting you talk. That's nice.
How will we know whether or not that is the doctor? I still need to get my quote.
No way of knowing. It's crazy, but it could very well be the doctor, and in fact, most likely was him, because probably his house, right?
Dr.
Say.
Einhardt is in remarkable physical shape for a doctor. He must take care of himself.
Oh, I do.
Hold the time.
Well, he would know what happens when you don't, surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
That's right, I do, because I'm a doctor.
Repeating a thing over and over again really instills a lot of... No, I'm just going to scratch that out. Confidence.
We should probably make our way to the asylum.
Yeah, there's no one here. That's very strange.
Little that can be done at this burning building.
I mean, with the rain and bad weather, it probably won't spread, which is, good. Not there's really much to
So,
catch on fire around
Special
here.
Agent Shaw,
Yes?
what do you think about the scene that we were just in with the fire and the dead man?
Well, in my opinion, it was pretty messed up stuff. You see, when I made my thorough...
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to pay attention to what you are saying, but as I am looking at you, I am also having to look at the man who is he is crossing his eyes, and
I am thinking deeply.
Are you crossing your eyes?
he wagged his tongue at me like he was
I would never waggle my tongue at you.
like a sexy snake.
I told you not to do the sexy snake thing again. You know how much that rattles me.
Just saying.
Do you need a sack to
I
put
don't.
over
You
his
know,
head?
I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't think that's a real laugh. I think that's a fake laugh. You make a fake laugh.
It's an intimidation thing.
Yeah, no, it's not real. He's not. He's not
Ha ha
actually.
ha 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 ha. How's that better for
So, I
you?
mean, it's equally as fake, but as though you are trying to make a point.
I think my laugh is about as fake as your accent is, yeah.
How dare you, sir? I am full-blooded of whatever the hell country I am from.
I see. Well then. Very interesting. Hmm?
That is very
It
interesting
seems
indeed.
as though the inmates are running the asylum.
Maybe I should join the FBI.
That is actually one of the only ways that this could have happened.
Well, who knows? Perhaps he was poking the fire and did it a little too aggressively, bashed his head against the mantelpiece, staggered back, stabbed himself with the poker,
His
and...
head wasn't bashed, his neck was broken from behind, clearly.
And there
Okay,
was
so perhaps he
blood.
was poking the fire.
Somebody walked up behind the man while he was sitting in that chair and twisted his head until his neck broke.
Or they just didn't have a safe word.
I don't know what that means. What is a safe word? Is it,
I'm afraid I don't know either. In
some
this
kind
day
of
and age,
way-
we just take what we get.
got
Dark.
There's got to be a
God
very-
damn. You're happy to get it. That's right.
A safe ward, yes. Something that protects your safe. I understand now.
A safe. This
combination.
looks anything but like anything but a safe ward.
A safe word is a combination of things.
So we should probably check the hospital right now, huh?
This seems
least-
like a prudent cause.
At least report the fire to an orderly or something.
There's a very clear path going from the house further into the island.
All right, let's go, Simmons.
Push on, my good man. I'm a
Wheeling
trolley.
along.
I'm a trolley.
Totally a fake laugh, I'm just saying.
Never has an inmate seemed so happy to be going to the depths of hell.
You get closer to the foreboding asylum, and it's kind of scary looking. You know, it's the lightning in the background, the fact that no lights are on whatsoever, and the gates are standing open.
Oh,
One of them just kind of swinging in the breeze.
Honey, I'm home.
why do I think it's just a terrible idea to walk in there?
Where else are we going to go?
Back to the ferry?
The ferry can't take us
Ferry
anywhere.
can't take
So,
ferry.
it
No,
can
it's pushing
stay
the
right
trolley.
where it is and I don't have to walk into that big scary house.
Well, we've already been through one burning building and come out the other side. I suppose.
I maintained that was a very stupid idea.
We got valuable information from it, though.
And only the person who thought it was a stupid idea got hurt.
I'm not hurt. I'm fit as a fiddle.
Is that your medical opinion?
What does that question even mean?
I've just never
Are you
met a
just
fit
trying to be
fiddle.
snarky and just couldn't come up with something quite clever enough to make the situation better right then?
You know, it does strike you, Catherine,
Is that-
for a doctor, he shrugged off a piece of burning lumber hitting him really well. I mean,
Is
It's
that
kind of-
your medical opinion?
I don't know. I'm an expert in bones.
Oh.
He's fit as a fiddle, but there's always room for cello.
Wow. Wow. Your madness is like a symphony.
there's a small guard shack by the front gate. It is also empty.
Anybody home? Hello? Okay, I hope
No
somebody's
one
feeding the
replies.
patients.
Are there any weapons inside of this guard shack?
Taking a look inside, you see no weapons, but there is a prominent blood splatter on one of the walls.
Oh, that's not good news.
Hmm.
It's brown and dried.
That's not today's. Slashing? Ugh. Yes, someone.
And not a clean cut. That
no,
wasn't.
like right.
yeah,
yeah.
that was something bad.
Do I have like a walkie-talkie or anything?
Unfortunately,
like that?
no.
Or-
It is the 1950s, and
Okay.
you have no communication with the land.
There was blood splashed across the wall, red as, well, a red flag.
It's brown. It's brown blood.
I'm allowed to take some poetic license.
Ah, American reporters then.
Why, yes.
Yeah, I'm one-handing the coffee throughout this whole thing, just so you know.
Pushing the trolley.
Yeah, pushing the
holding
trolley. Yeah, the whole
coffee.
time. Yep.
I mean, federal agent.
So many skills.
Well, I suppose we should.
So much caffeine.
Agent, you have a weapon.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what
one
was this motion?
The gun.
Could you help me with that, actually? I have to pee suddenly.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I pull
I
out-
don't need to see it. Just wanted to know you were
oh, no,
armed.
no,
you know?
I pull it out and I do the whole
Oh,
thing.
oh, wow.
Oh,
Look
do
at
that
that.
again,
That's a
would
gun,
you?
all right. Okay.
Colt 1911, 45 cal.
And you will note I am an American reporter, and I pull out my gun.
Oh, everyone has guns. That seems
I don't have one yet. You can give me one. We can all be a gang. That'll be fun.
Again, I don't understand the gimmick. So you're like a very jovial man that crushes people.
Not unlike Santa. I have a new theory.
It's just, I'm just trying to put together the, the dossier, the profile, if you will, on and frankly, you're very confusing. And that is funny. Yes,
It was part of what made tracking him so difficult. His MO.
How could it have been difficult? He's 9 feet tall. He crushes people to death with his hands and laughs maniacally.
It seems
Someone
like
like
his,
6'6".
I'm very sneaky.
His motif.
I
kind of
believe
changed.
you. You would have to be to sneak up on someone and crush them with your bare hands. You seem very sneaky.
Yes, they're all very grisly murders.
I know.
He was light on his feet, but heavy with ill intent.
Yep. Simon Simmons' capture story was on every newspaper. I mean, he was
And
shot
no
7
doubt
times.
I wrote it.
He was shot 7 times during the capture and survived.
They went very big shots.
Boo.
They were non-lethal.
So, like, when you're not
From
murdering
you?
people,
I have
are you like,
excellent aim.
are you like trying to do stand-up comedy, or?
He
I mean,
can't help but
you've
stand up right
definitely
now,
got
am I
kind of
right?
a what we call in my country a shtick.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much, Doctor.
A great big shtick.
Speaking of a great big stick, we
Yes?
certainly have a great big scoop on our hands if we can find out what's going on here.
Well, the place seems to be unmanned, but I think if we walk past the guard shack, we can probably get into the building.
I do exactly that.
You walk through the gates and close on
That
the
was
building.
exactly how I thought it would go. Like when we did the burning building thing, she did the same
Do you
thing.
want some help?
I am
Why?
sensing a pattern.
I don't know if you've
No.
ever looked at my character sheets, but they have impulsive written in about 27 different places. So, take it up with James.
It is a rather grim-looking building. So you get closer to it. There are grotesques and gargoyles on it. The architecture is very, well, gothic.
It's odd that this is a place of healing, isn't it?
I feel
I
better.
don't think anyone's really rehabilitated here.
And there are no real windows except for on the front, and the rest of it is openings with bars across it in different places.
Psychiatry is by far the most inexact of the medical sciences.
I'll have a gin
With
and
the
tonic.
grotesquerie of the building on full display, one couldn't help but wonder if perhaps it demonstrated the grotesquerie of the inmates as well.
As I am the one in the street jacket,
Oh,
why
I
is she the
think
one talking
that's-
to herself all
I
the
think
time?
that's a
She's
rather-
very
It's part of a
Prejudice statement,
process.
don't
It's
you?
how we got you.
It's the American public that I write for, friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, best to titillate, I suppose.
Small words.
Easier than facts. No, good vocabulary. Excellent vocabulary.
Much like the gates, the doors to the asylum stand
So
open.
wide open. That is not good.
Hey, friends, I'll help anyone out who wants to help me out.
Right in front of those open doors, there is another very large, dried brown pool. Blood.
Enough, but no body.
No body.
Yeah, I've got-
Drag marks in it, though.
Ah,
Gun
there
is
we
out.
go.
Gun is definitely out. Gun and coffee.
Yeah, there's drag marks there.
Who's pushing me now?
I'm
And
using,
what are you pushing
I'm
him
using
with?
my legs.
I don't want to know how that works. I hope that's another gun in my back.
Yeah, there are definite drag marks in that pool of dried blood. Also, dried and old.
Yeah. This is not fresh. At
It
all.
would appear that if the person who lived
What
through
I'm
this
trying to
attack
say, Agent, is that
is
I'm not pushing the
experiencing an iron
psychopath.
deficiency.
Someone's being fresh with me.
Yeah. I'd like to do a little field forensics on this dried blood here.
Let's do that D10 and D6 and add 2 to it as our special agent investigates. Gonna have a 6 or a 6. That's good enough for a success. judging by the size of the bloodstainer, someone was definitely killed. And then their body was dragged away and looks like had to have been lifted up because the drag marks stopped. Someone picked it up and carried it, transported it in such a fashion, you're not really sure. But no body.
I continue in the direction of the drag marks. The whole
Inside,
time. Fascinating.
I resume pushing the.
It's dark inside, Catherine. Very dark. There's no lights on.
That's all right. I'm used to the dark.
There's a simple desk where perhaps some of the graded individuals who came in. A few doors leading out of this particular
Please
room.
tell me there's a bellhop's bell.
There, in fact, is.
Fantastic. Ding, ding. Why, hello.
It echoes loudly inside the room. But
Checking in an inmate.
there is no response.
Well, well. I didn't exactly expect the welcome carpet, wagon, whatever.
Welcome wagon, welcome committee.
Red carpet treatment, that's the one I'm looking
Red
for.
carpet treatment.
Oh, I think they gave the red carpet treatment to the last bunch of guards.
No, again, fake
Yes,
laugh, right?
100%.
I mean, everyone heard it that time, right? Fake laugh.
All I want is a little consistency,
It's only
you know, just use the same laugh from time to time.
I'm getting real children's hospital vibes from this place.
What? What?
It's all.
What kind of horrible country do you live in?
One without universal health care.
Well, you see, if I could start to explain to you the way that insurance companies work.
The real monsters here.
It's the most lucid thing you've said.
Also, maybe the funniest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
And the
God,
scariest.
the deductible will cost you an arm and a leg in this place.
Oh, that's a,
Did you
It's
write
quiet.
that down too? Is that going into article? I mean, it might make it slightly less hacky than it sounds so far.
I know my audience.
I feel that they're not the type to read.
The doctor doesn't need a scalpel with those kind of cutting marks.
Let's hashtag move the psychopath over to Warren Winston Williams III. Functionally, there's no difference, but honestly, the thought of him loudly proclaiming his expertise while bound securely is hilarious.
Not wrong. All right, that's going to put you
Interesting things
fully,
right there.
fully in pilot.
Oh my goodness. Rather snug, isn't it?
Oh.
I remember once I was trapped by a large group of aboriginal midgets.
Oh,
Patient is
Okay.
exhibiting multiple personalities,
Is-
possibly indicative of, it's the 50s, so I guess ghosts in his blood. He is hysterical, which we only heard was a woman's disease. I prescribed some cocaine.
Oh, well then, glad to be here.
This is all pretty normal. Is this another persona?
Oh, right, FBI man. My special friend inside the FBI. No, it's all okay. Wink, wink. There was cake before we came here, you know. Oh,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
damn it.
That sounds weirdly familiar, but probably something to ignore.
well, I never eat cake. I'm on an internal diet, you know.
Internal screaming starts.
God, such a sudden headache. It's so shrill and sounds so tiny.
I've been eating but nothing but diet pills for 3 weeks.
Oh, Mr. Porter, if I get out of this sooner, there will be no cake for you either.
I like them because they're full of pep.
God, this incredible ringing in my ears.
All the cake for me, I'd say.
Okay, I guess it's just going to be up to you and me then to do the
I
investigating
suppose.
part
Yes.
since she's
And I
faint.
feel like just possibly in a moment of incredible willpower, I'm going to spend a penny to move to the middle.
Personal or store, Benny?
Stuart.
Store, Benny. Oh,
Hashtag cool rule. Congrats, Christian. You got me. Full spitticle all over the screen, so you get your favorite store item.
Thank you, Bert. Awesome job.
Thank you so much.
Finally, I got somebody.
So using a Benny, moving the middle or all the way over, because you've got to use 2 if you want to move all the way
No,
over.
I'm gonna move to the middle.
All right, using 1 store Benny to move to the middle. All right, you get a little bit of Princess Hedgehog in there.
A little bit of hedgehog.
What was this about cake?
Yeah, that seems like recognition there.
Okay. We are investigating to see if there's any peoples in here because there's supposed to be like 87 inmates or something like that. Like a bunch,
sure.
right?
A lot of inmates, full staff, security, and everything.
And
not a single person.
I came here because I really wanted to meet this doctor because he's very famous and breaking edge, cutting edge.
I too wanted to meet that doctor. Who knows if it'll ever happen now? But no more about this cake.
Yes, I was saying, if, this is rather uncomfortable. Can I use my my agility and smarts to wiggle out of these rather restrictive encumbrances?
You know what you did to get there. You're not getting out on my watch.
You're not wearing a watch, sir.
You can use brute force and use your athletics trait, or if you have the thievery trait, you can use it to try and slip out of the restraints.
But you don't.
No, I can force it.
Outstanding.
Damn it. Oh, geez, I guess I can just use my athletics is an 8.
Your athletics is an 8. That's pretty
yeah,
good.
That's all right. I think athletics.
You've also got his strength. You've also got
Yeah.
other guys' strength. So that's.
Oh,
gonna
true.
Be...
Yes, I have his strength and my lovely agility and strength of 8. So try to get under the restraints.
All right, let's get a D8 and a D6 as you attempt to slip the restraints. Using brute force, that's 6 aces.
Whoa.
Aces
no.
again. That's a 15 and a incredible show of athleticism. He just flexes and tears free of the straitjacket.
I'm drawing on him.
I run.
Yeah.
My
I
good friend.
full on sprint back to the guard shack. Yeah.
Dear reader, I can't barely believe my eyes. Hey, buddy.
Don't worry, my friend. I'm in full control here. No one's going to be harmed. Doesn't need to be harmed. I'm on your side, my chap. The FBI has always been a friend.
Did you get him?
It's possible that we have a sleeper agent on our hands.
I'm moving to the middle.
All right, personal Benny or store Benny?
Personal Benny.
Personal Benny. Move to the middle.
Are you guys in what they call the cahoots?
No, this isn't a cahoots situation at all.
No.
No, I just...
You appear to be cahooting.
It's time for a system shock.
Oh, I just spent the penny. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Okay.
Let's go ahead and start on the far end down
Oh.
there with the doctor and Jonah Mox.
He can only get worse now, though. This is bad.
Oh, no.
This is bad.
Well,
Oh.
he could stay where he is.
could.
But
stay
I
where he
can
is.
only get better.
Which
so
is
I'm
pretty
excited.
bad.
In fact,
So-
we're just going to shift you all the way over to the other side. It's all Jonah Mox now.
Oh. I just said cahooting.
right, cahooting it is.
Can we call it a cahoots cake when we get back?
That's a great idea.
Ooh,
Yeah, it'll probably
like it.
require more sprinkles.
I
Okay.
love sprinkles. Who said that?
For Warren Winston Williams III and Simon Simmons, you're going to go into the middle.
Okay.
Oh, fascinating.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see how that goes.
Warren, you with us, buddy?
I'm here somewhere, I think. Yes, indeed. It'll be fine.
Paul, let's go ahead and shift you all the way into pilot.
All the way into pilot.
Mhm.
Okay.
Paul, pure
Paul.
Paul adrenaline.
And over here, we're going to shift you all the way back into full avatar over there for you, Princess.
Great.
Just Catherine Ross, watching the insanity of what's about to go down.
Okay, babe, okay.
So back to the investigation, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
I swear you
I
murdered.
say, what investigation are we on?
Well, we're trying to figure out what happened here. Lady who is clearly just a reporter.
Of course.
What happened to the accent?
How dare... How dare.
We're going to investigate what happened
Just
here.
a reporter.
Nice young lady. Yes, it's fine.
Yes, this man seems to be having whatever the opposite of a relapse is. I think he should be
An
mostly,
unpsychotic break, maybe?
mostly trustworthy.
Mostly. Just don't give me any...
That man killed
Small
38
children.
people.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he seems to be more or less under
Okay,
control.
I'm coming back in.
I'm feeling much better now.
I'm sorry I ran.
I
Good
ran.
God,
No, we're
I'm
in
starting
America.
to think all of you belong here.
You might not be wrong. So, everybody's cool except for you who are still stuck in Transatlanticville. That's cool. Nice place to be. Wouldn't
I'm
want
not
to talk
sure
there.
what cool means, but I will take it as a compliment.
Don't worry, it's something they'll someday say on the radio.
You're quite the potato.
I was making fun of the way you talk, just in case didn't catch that. But I figured you did because you're smart.
Cahoots. Oh, yes. Okay.
Cahooting. That's what we're doing.
Why am I laughing so?
Why am I suddenly so attracted to this man? Is it because he insulted me? Perhaps?
Oh, boy.
Can't stop.
You just hold on, honey. Women's Lib's going to happen in like 4 years. That'll be the beginning of, well, the beginning.
Let you buy your own pantyhose, I hear.
Yikes. Oh my
Yikes. So, I got something to do, and we all need to go find this doctor real quick.
Yep.
Come on, we're going to go
Yes.
find the doctor because, oh, P.S., in case anybody didn't catch that, the guy that was burned in the other house, not the doctor. Okay.
Hey,
We're on the-
Dad!
definitely not the doctor.
The body that we had found previously, burned, unrecognizable, turns out not to have been the doctor that everyone. Yes, what?
They probably wanted it to look like it was the doctor.
Does she do this a lot?
Yeah, no, all the time. We're going to have to snap her out of it, but right now we can't exactly worry about it. We have to keep moving into this place.
It's
I
as
don't
if
imagine it gets better from
we were
here.
being double bluffed by fate. Oh. Yes.
Okay, all right,
like
lady.
that.
What's a double bluff?
Sorry?
What's a double bluff?
It's where we were bluffed and then bluffed again. Oh no. Perhaps we are looking for yet another bluff.
A triple bluff.
A triple bluff. Good heavens. This will make amazing material to report on. Yes.
What do we have over there?
So I was thinking, I use my smarts and common knowledge to think about this location. Where would escaped prisoners most likely be hiding with the doctor?
What is your common knowledge?
My common knowledge is an 8.
All right, I'll take a D8 and a D6. You're in the middle, so you're at -1 on these results. But you get to use both character sheets currently. A 3 or a 2 is not going to be a good enough result.
Do better. All right. We have to assume in the facility itself as opposed to outside of it because, well, the weather's too bad for people to be hiding outside, right?
Indubitably.
There haven't been any ferry shipments out for a little while. We went over that at length, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
believe
So
there is.
let's take a look at where I guess the general population would normally be in a place like this.
That makes sense.
Their cells.
In Gen Pop.
You enter deeper into the facility. You pass a few doorways that clearly lead to staff areas. And it takes a bit of time to work your way in, but the security doors, which should be closed, just in case something happens to keep inmates contained, are all open. It's like someone opened the
Yeah, that's
cells.
exactly what I thought that was going to look like.
Yeah, and there are the occasional blood stain, splatter marks. There was
Children's
some
Hospital.
violence done here. Wow.
Oh no.
Look, the only way we're gonna be able to find anything in the facility with this situation is if we 100% stay together and sweep everything.
I immediately take off down the corridor.
No,
She's looking for a broom, my good man. She's a woman.
Catherine, you should stay with us.
Sweep everything.
But there are things to find out. Mysteries to unsolve.
Don't step off the bluff, it's a long way down, princess. On our way to a hashtag dance, James, let me know when you need some more static shocks.
oh, yeah.
Right around the time they readjust themselves to where they want to be spending bennies is when I'll start using those again.
Yeah.
Why did you say that like a bully from an '80s movie? You even you even made the Johnny face.
Flashbacks of my bodyguard. Yeah.
Sweep the leg and the personality.
What do you think I did in the 80s?
Yikes.
Oh.
I'm guessing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like the rest of us. Or did you do what I did? Because that was weird. I watched a lot of soap operas with my grandma, so mostly I just had like my big GI Joes and my Barbies like making out, and then like Ken tied up to a chair making him watch.
I beat kids up.
But
and
really,
took
they
their
were
lunch money.
brothers.
I beat kids up and took their lunch money.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Which reminds me, you owe me some lunch money.
A lot of poor kids did that. So
Yeah. Hey, got to make your money somehow. What better way than exploiting other people? Capitalism.
So what's changed?
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Hey.
Yeah, you are able to pass by a few different rooms. One of them is
I was
clearly
not alive in the 80s.
don't remind us. One of them is clearly an area for security personnel, which is disturbingly, some of the lockers are open, and where armaments would be for in case of an emergency or a riot, there's none.
Anything I
There's
can
a few
find to pack
scattered
into a
open.
weapon?
There's a few scattered open boxes where
yeah,
there were shotgun shells in those boxes,
that's bad.
but the racks are clear of any shotguns or any.
But that also
actual
means
shells.
that wherever they went, they probably took them with them, which means they went
Oh,
somewhere,
good.
right?
They're all in the same place then. Makes it easy.
Oh, right.
I think that's exactly the opposite of what that does.
Hey, I really need you to snap out of it, okay?
I'm sorry.
Big guy, will you just lift her up by her neck for a minute until she decides to catch a fireball or something at you?
Come along, miss. My most egregious apologies for this.
Like, I really need you present for this, princess. Come on.
Okay, fine. I shift to the middle.
Are you going to spend a personal Benny or a store
I'm
Benny?
going to spend a store Benny because people made me.
All right, store Benny, getting back a little bit into the middle.
There
Yeah,
we
this-
are.
This Catherine is a wonderful person, but
There will be cake.
I do like cake.
All
And
right.
she doesn't. And that makes me distrust her.
I need
Exactly.
you
Yes.
to not run away for a little while. Just a little while. We got some stuff to figure
But
out.
here's the thing about
Hey.
the long echoey hallway is if you run down the long echoey hallway and you shout something, it sounds like you're being chased by an army of yous. And do you know how cool that is?
That
Super-
does sound fairly
Super cool. I'm sure
Very
it's super
cool.
cool. But right now, because we don't know where all the bad guys are, I need to be able to see you.
So I'm vulnerable.
No, we're vulnerable without you. You're literally our muscle, remember?
But I'm so soft and so squishy.
Hey, can anybody else here shoot lightning bolts out of their ass? No, just you?
No.
Okay,
Well,
great.
there's one time I was on safari.
I know. And it was probably during a storm.
Ball lightning.
Well, that's not where I come out of, but nonetheless, we'll let it pass.
Just like the lightning pass?
Exactly.
Okay. So what are we doing?
We are trying not to get killed while we figure out what's going on, and we need to find this doctor so I can kill him, apparently. Weird,
Wait,
right?
it's
Why do you need to kill the doctor?
I
thought we were trying
don't
to make
know
friends with the
why.
doctor.
I do know why. It's a secret. Oh, wait, no, but I don't care. He was a Nazi.
Oh, well then.
Oh.
Ah,
And we love killing Nazis.
oh, very much
Well,
so.
you know me. That time I murdered Hitler.
Way back.
I do
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
I did that.
Oh,
That was
fun
cool.
times.
Good
your
Nazi
avatar
killing.
and you were having a wonderful bonding.
Yeah, no,
experience over
it's
that memory.
actually, he would love that. No, this guy is pretending to be a doctor, but he's from Israel,
Oh,
but not originally because Israel wasn't a thing until like last year. New York. He's from New York.
great. So, okay, let me get this right. So you're telling me that I am in the company of what is essentially a double agent or a single agent?
a Mossad assassin
And a special agent.
and a special agent.
How do you spell Mossad?
Oh, you don't need to write this down, Hedge.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not actually necessary.
Gosh, she's loud though.
Yeah, no, she's and very assertive. I like her, but
I mean, I do
she's
too.
gonna get you killed. So
Perhaps we'd venture further.
there's a reason that Lois Lane needed Superman around. It's because she did exactly what this lady does and just runs off on her own all the time.
Sure.
There's a reason we don't do side
So you're
characters or
telling
damsels in
me-
distress.
Yes.
that if I run off somewhere, some muscle-bound flying being is gonna come and rescue me?
I'll do my best.
That's
That's
literally
not
not
you.
what anyone is saying. But
Would you come and rescue me, Paul?
Of course. I mean,
So it works.
I can't fly is the only thing, but I would certainly.
I can fly
do
and I
what
can look muscle bound.
I have muscles and I was
And
just
would
bound.
you save me?
You know I would always save you. But only because you would always save us.
Well, obviously.
And you guys are my friends.
Oh.
You said
Not
the-
you. Fuck
You
off.
said the F word. You said the F word.
Twice.
Friends.
You head
That means a
further into the halls in the company of each other, and you actually reach some points where there are cells. You know, they're not like a jail cell with just bars, but entirely closed doors with little slits you can open to peek inside. And several of them are open, but several are closed, and within you still hear the sounds of people inside of these closed cells.
Hey, Jonah Mox, does this remind you of anything?
I mean, a little bit Shawshank Redemption. Why?
No reason.
Oh, because I'm a former criminal. Yeah, and I got you.
Oh, come on, it was funny.
It was super funny.
Okay, I'll stop.
No, I'm sure your subjects would love that one. Oh, wait, they're all dead.
Wow.
Some of these cells are closed, and from the sounds within, still occupied, but a great many simply stand open.
Hello.
Hello.
The responses range from crying to screaming to gibberish to laughter.
Very good.
So we got some folks in these cells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Got
And some of them.
folks in these cells.
Have they
Got some
eaten?
folks in these cells.
hard to say.
Dun, 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 dun.
Should we eat them?
No.
No. Why would I say that? That's very disturbing.
Well, let's go to the first one. I mean,
Alright.
can we
You
see
can-
inside?
Peek through
Oh,
a
yeah.
slit inside. There's a straight jacket bound individual alternating between crying and laughing in the corner.
I say, friend, can you tell us what happened
No.
here?
Moving on.
The process repeats. I mean, it's different conditions in each one, but these all seem to be like the absolute, well, not to pass judgment, but worse off, the least cognizant individuals still in their cells.
Have they eaten?
I say, friend.
Have they been fed or watered?
Empty meal trays that look at least a day or two old. They don't look to be in the best of condition. Some of them have obviously repeatedly soiled themselves. They have been left for at least 2 days, you would estimate, inside
Okay,
of
so
these
they
cells.
only took the keepers.
Yeah, a lot of the cells still open, but all the ones that remain are individuals that are just, well, not
Anybody
with
they
it.
couldn't give orders to, they just left here.
That's not very jolly good, is it?
No.
Mass
these
It
break-
poor
seems as though
souls.
we've found the absolute lowest humanity can go. Well, maybe not the
Sorry.
absolute
A
lowest.
little
We
bit
did
of
bring
Mr.
up
Simmons.
Nazis.
Uncomfortable. Wants to pull apart chickens. And
I've
things.
been there. It's no good.
Still want cake though.
Constant.
Here for
Great.
cake.
None of these guys will help.
I am knocking on the doors and saying, "Hello, friend. Can you tell me what happened here?" So I suppose it was funny then. I suppose it was sad.
I'm shutting that door now. that would.
Very odd laugh response I have.
These are not going to be people who are coherent.
But they might have seen something.
Particularly clearly unmedicated as well.
We can't believe anything that they say.
No.
That was the
can't.
point of leaving them here.
Not a thing.
The further you reach in, the more signs of violence you stumble across. In a few places, even clearly where shotguns were discharged and the marking on
But
doors
not
or
a
on
single
walls.
body yet.
But not one body. Bloodstains and drag marks, though.
Where are they keeping them all? I do have this interesting theory now. Now follow me, friends. So, if our doctor was a Nazi and was potentially experimenting on these people, it's just possible that as the medicine starts to work through their bodies, they will actually become more sane. That must be ridiculous, though.
I mean, I suppose it could. But that does bring up an interesting question. Doctors missing.
Yes,
Patients are missing.
indeed.
Violence has been done. Evil Nazi doctor probably doing secret experiments in his secret lab, right?
Sure. That all tracks.
So where's the secret lab?
Oh.
I mean,
These things tend to be.
this is the hospital facility. This is run by, I assume, a government or a private organization.
Right. I look for a diagram on the wall for fire escapes.
Unfortunately, you don't see one.
It's the 50s.
Looks like this place is not up to code.
Suddenly,
Now the question is
the
he
lights
a
turn on.
lightning doctor or is he a basement doctor?
Click.
the lights turn on in the hallway, illuminating the place, bulbs lighting up.
Well, I
And you
say,
hear the
good
door
lighting, I
behind
do
you, the
like that.
sliding cell type door, slides shut.
Sliding open.
And then in the distance ahead of you, somewhere, echoing down the halls, the distinct sound of someone racking the action on a shotgun.
A blast.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry, okay. Geometry. Oh, are we in the hall? Or
yes,
are we in a, okay.
you're in a hallway lined cellars. You have proceeded through several of these cell-lined
Cell-lined
hallways at
hallways,
this point.
okay.
And there are different little security checkpoints, you would call them, that have
Okay.
been standing open.
We're in the checkpoint.
But clearly one has closed behind you now by the judging of that sound, which puts you
The sound in front was
trapped
was
within.
out of sight, though, right?
Okay.
yes, somewhere out of
Or
sight,
not.
but nearby. yeah.
Or not.
I cast arcane
It's a barred
protection.
door.
You do. Are
I
you using
do.
arcane protection or
Or-
protection? You have two different spells.
Oh,
One of them
God.
is designed to protect you from magic. The other one
Oh.
is designed to protect you from
No, I just
physical
want
things.
protection.
All right, we're going to need a spell casting roll from you. What's
cast
your
Trojan.
spell
I
casting?
believe my spell casting is a 12 unless something's changed in the last 8 weeks.
All right, let's do a 12 and a 6. You're in the middle, so it's at -1. But an 8 is still a success with a raise.
You're welcome.
Are you casting it on all of your allies here,
course.
including yourself? All right,
No, but of course.
that's going to give everyone a temporary +4 bonus to your toughness score on your character sheet.
Love it.
Thank you.
That's right, 4 points
It's all
higher
right.
for
You
the
can pay
time
me
being.
back with cake later.
Sorry, friend.
Would you pass me a pencil so I can keep a track of my
The
PowerPoints used?
the shotgun rack on the slide that happened on the other side of the barred door. That got
No,
closed?
sounds ahead of you, and it was behind you that
Oh, I'm heading that way then, towards the
towards
shotgun.
the shotgun.
sound.
All right.
Yep.
As you're getting closer, you hear a low voice say, "I get the pretty lady."
Why?
they're
I do
talking
believe
about
they're
me.
talking about you.
Wabbit season.
I get the pretty
And
lady
with that,
just-
a half dozen individuals enter into the hallway. 2 of them carrying shotguns. The rest with, looks like one's got a fire axe, another one a piece of lead pipe to use as a cudgel, other improvised weapons, some chains that one of them is holding. And those are definitely like the same kind of clothing that you saw these straitjacketed inmates wearing inside these cells. Only there's a lot of blood on these, and none of it looks like wounds.
I say, red isn't
Let's go into some cards.
All right. All right, guys. We're going to leave one of you alive because we need to know how to question you. So we've got some questions. If you want to be the one left alive, just raise your hand up right now, and we'll just not fight you.
Buddy Macklemore.
I'm going to try this again because the cards on the screen are not doing what I want them to do. They're just sitting there.
Oh.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, does it here?
Yeah, they're not working at all.
Oh, no.
I see your cards on the screen, but mine are not. Oh,
Oh,
there we are.
There we
Wait,
are.
maybe.
Now they're blank.
Now they're blank.
Very good. If we click on them, then what happens? Flip. Nothing. Excellent.
It should be. I mean, we are connected to the same one. I should be able to control it from here. I'm going to go ahead and reload it a second time and see if that changes things.
Turn it off.
I have cards
Turn it back
dealt
on again.
on my end.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-dow.
I blame Microsoft.
Oh, very good.
Oh, my.
There.
Ah!
Hey.
Hello.
And that having to reset several times played out in your favor as you got yourself a Joker there. Now, one of the things we've added to the show is a benefit of the Joker is you can put anyone on their slider in any position you so choose among all of your allies.
I'm good.
You're good where you are?
Let's take a peek
Okay.
at those sliders, see if you want to put
Right.
anyone anywhere.
Yes, indeed. I do believe that I would like to get you further away from being a serial killer.
Fair.
So we're going to put them in full pilot?
Full pilot.
All right, let's go ahead and put Warren Winston Williams III into full pilot. No serial killer in there.
Jolly good. Jolly good.
In addition,
Everybody
you each
gets
got
Benny.
yourself a Benny out of that.
Yeah.
One free Benny for everyone.
This chap is well in good buff. I need no weapons but
And
these
of course,
sausage fingers.
you can choose to go first, or
Very good.
you can, with the Joker, at any point, at any time during the round, simply interrupt what's going on and go. All you got to do is say so.
Yeah.
But-
Is anybody missing a card? Because there are.
Yeah, there's
only-
missing one card missing. I've got 4 on my screen.
Oh,
One of them
yeah.
didn't get dealt out on
So
there.
which one is mine? And
I'm looking at a tool, looks like.
Yeah, that 2 of diamonds is not showing up.
is that supposed to be for me?
It would have been for you.
I don't get that. I don't get to have a
Oh,
two of
wow,
diamonds.
the screen is doing some awesome stuff.
Whoa.
What it really is, what that
Now it's
is,
a 10 of spades.
Yep.
Got
is the lights flickering in this hallway.
There. Oh, whoa, we
Yeah,
had it there for a
hopefully,
second.
Fascinating.
Then it all jumped back.
I think Leo's just messing with it.
Technology.
I think Leo's just messing with us.
No.
Leo would never.
See?
Leo's the best.
Avert your gaze if you have any flashing light.
Avert your straights too while you're at it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh man.
What? What did I say?
The flash picture.
Well, we got some cards. Would
Very
you
good.
like to go first? Or would you like to wait and interrupt at any time?
And
go?
wait to cast firebolt?
Okay. Okay.
You obviously don't know me.
So you, is
Um,
that what you're going to do? You want to cast a firebolt at someone?
Which one of these knuckleheads looks the most dangerous and the least useful?
I would say whichever shotgun people are the ones that we
Yeah,
need to
there
watch
are-
out for.
There's 2 of them with shotguns.
There's
so
2
one of
shotgun
those
people.
might be a good target to hit with a bolt of fire.
Well, let's do it.
All right, I'm going to need a spell casting roll from you. Also, coincidentally, you got a Joker, so you get a +2 bonus to anything you do.
Oh.
So it's going to cancel out some of that being in the middle penalty you got there.
Perfect.
So
Will it also cancel out double action if I try to get both? of
it
them?
would get rid of that, but you'd still have your being in the middle penalty.
That's
Turns
okay.
all
I'm
your
gonna
bad
risk it.
numbers into
you-
good numbers.
Do you want to
We
firebolt
don't want none, do we?
both?
I want to fireball both of the shotgun wielding fools.
Good plan. All right, so that's going to do 2 spell casting rolls at
Yep.
-1. So I need a D12 and a D6 for the first one.
Well,
Ooh.
that's garbage. I'm going to roll again.
Are you going to use that new Benny you just got?
I sure am.
Let's roll that
Can't
again.
wait, buddy.
That's what happens.
Not any better.
Why? One
Use
more.
another one.
Personal Benny or store Benny?
Personal Benny.
Personal
Yes.
Benny.
This time it's
time.
Much better. We've
There
got a
it is.
9 for the first result. Let's go ahead and do that second casting as well. Roll
Blast.
that again. And
Blast.
see if we...
You,
Oh,
yeah.
the 6 aces there. Let's see if we do even better. Either way, a 10 or a 10. So we have 2 successes with raises. Now, with that firebolt spell, that's going to be 3d6 for damage dealt to each of them. Let's do the first one. 3d6 damage. Not bad. That's a 6. And the second one. Oh, that's 6 aces. All right, the first one of your firebolts strikes one of these inmates, kind of staggers him backwards, burns some of the uniform on the shoulder, doesn't seem to faze him that much. But the second inmate is struck
And I-
directly in the face, and there isn't much of a face, but a burnt skull grinning at you as his body, lifeless, topples to the floor.
I say I'm really on fire.
Indeed, you are. And I believe that's going to put us to the queen there next, which is of spades and is yourself.
Queen of Spades. So these cell doors, they swing outward or are they slideys?
They're sliding.
Okay. Now this room that we're in, this
It's a
security
hallway.
check. Are we still kind of in the security checkpoint
It's
area?
behind you, where it would slide shut, and someone has clearly closed it.
So we don't have access to the security checkpoint. We're just in the hallway now, past the security checkpoint.
Correct.
All right.
That's good.
In that
I feel like
case,
we were supposed to hear something there and didn't.
They just did a donation for what we're seeing.
Oh, thank you.
That's very kind. Thank you so very much. They may have wanted to send a message or something, and I'm sure we can get that fixed if they did. Oh, at our wonderful mods in chat, fix that and let us know.
Thanks, Mods.
What have you got for us, Paul?
yeah, I'm going to con these guys and see if there's anything really suspect going on with them beyond their mental instabilities, see if they have any chemical or mechanical augmentations or changes to them, any experimentation, any effects that might have given them as a result of any potential experiment. I want to check it
I
out.
will let you use either healing or notice or science, your choice.
I would like to use science.
All right, what's that going to be at?
That'll be a 10 plus 2.
All right, a D10 and a D6, adding 2 to both results.
Oh, actually, before, I haven't even looked at it. The intention is, if that is the case, I want to have the Monster Slayer effect to come into play.
And what is the Monster Slayer effect?
So a success would give a +1 trait rolls to allies and reveal a weakness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If there is
If there is one,
something
well,
funny going on like that.
very clearly you can see multiple injection sites around them and some other markings, some other kind of equipment was hooked up to like their heads at some point or another. They're shaved down. These individuals have most certainly been experimented upon in some fashion. You surmise some form of alteration to their mental capabilities. Perhaps they were brainwashed. Something was done to them. So someone has done some things to them. These are some deranged individuals already, but the fact that they're cooperating, they were lying in ambush, they're not behaving in the criminally insane fashion. They're behaving like obedient, loyal soldiers almost.
Well, if there's one thing the SS would dream of, it would be a fanatical army of mindless robots.
In fact, it would be.
That was actually their whole deal, so yeah.
Clearly, something dark and sinister is afoot. All
I
right,
came here to talk to the doctor, but now I think I'm investigating him.
let's see who's next on those initiative cards. Spades before clubs, so you're going to get a chance there to go first before the inmates are going to.
Excellent.
Jonah Mox.
There's a
what do you got
shotgun
for us?
guy left, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's pointed down that hallway. It looks kind of scary.
All right. Well, I don't like shotguns.
No, they're kind of
They're
nasty.
the worst. They're the worst. Oh, yeah, that sounds right. So I'm gonna. I know that guy's way down the hallway, but I'm just gonna throw a punch real hard
And just,
So hard that
and just
your
like let it
arm-
go all the way down the hallway.
Just extendo punch him?
Yep, I'm gonna
you're going
extend.
to extendo punch him.
I'm gonna
Okay.
extendo punch.
That's going to work. I'm going to need a fighting roll from you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
using brass knucks, and
They came from
my pocket apparently. They're on my
Oh.
character sheet.
carrying brass knuckles.
Oh, I forgot I have a gun.
Aren't you just a pretty little thing?
What do you got for
I
fighting?
have the option to
Oh,
throw
D12.
fire.
All right, I'll take a D12 and a D6 as the extending arm punch comes in. 11 is going to succeed with a raise.
All right.
That is an unarmed attack, so it's,
Knuckle dusters.
Oh, the
so
knuckle
it's
dusters.
strength plus D4. So it's a
okay.
D8 plus a D4 plus a D6.
That's right. D8, D4, and D6 combined together for damage. And a 10 is going to be enough that you are going to send some teeth flying and bring the shotgun-wielding menace to the ground,
Nice.
leaving 4 inmates still approaching.
As it turns out, though, my gun does less damage than my firebolt.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
You're a magical powerhouse, and
Because she's a bird. Powerhouse.
Yeah, that's the thing. Hey, and that's 10 of clubs. Oh, it's time for those inmates to go. Now, you did bring down 2 of the individuals wielding shotguns. However, the shotguns are still conveniently there.
yeah, I
And
noticed.
so 2 of the inmates drop their imposed weapons.
It's almost like
Pick up
they-
shotgun.
Pick up shotguns and make attacks at us at a huge minus.
No, shotguns get a bonus to hit.
Right, but they had to drop weapons and then pick up weapons. That's 2 actions, right?
And I'm sure fire damaged them somewhat, right?
So they should have like a -6 at least.
Well, he's a little afraid of us at this point. We seem very formidable.
I just toasted one of their
Fair negative.
faces off.
Are we finished?
I was done. I'm just watching you like pretend to think on camera.
Some shooting's going on. In fact, both inmates are going to shoot at the same individual.
Is it going to be Jonah Mox? Because he asked about that.
No, it's going to be the person that just shot fire out of their hands.
I duck behind Paul.
Yeah. Unfortunately, these shots are going to go first. I'm going to need 2 6-sided dice rolled. Because they're using shotguns, both are at +2. Oh my, one of them is going to hit with the raise. The other one's not going
Wait,
to
they
hit
really
at
don't
all.
even take an action to pick up the shotguns?
Picking up a weapon can be combined with a move action.
No.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
One of them's still going to manage to
Bang,
miss.
bang into my heart.
Now, usually they would hit a friendly in between on a roll of 1, but there is no friendly in between them to hit. Oh, but actually there is, because the other guys were running forward to get to you. So one of them is going to hit you, and one of them is going to hit one of those other inmates in the back. So let's
Right.
roll on that inmate first that gets shot in the back. They're going to take 3d6 as they are shot by one of their own comrades. And 8 is going to get a shaken result on one of those inmates.
But that's not the worst thing that could happen.
Oh. Wow. Wow.
I'll keep mine comments to myself.
I'm becoming crookedly cross with you.
Ah!
Now the other that hit you with the raise, so that's going to be a 4d6 damage against Catherine's toughness. Keep in mind your magical bonus from your spell, though.
Oh, thank goodness.
I mean, it's only going to be 22 damage to Catherine's toughness, which is boosted by 4.
I can't use my toughness.
No, you got to use
Damn.
Catherine, so you're at
Okay.
10. That's 12 over your toughness. That would be enough to inflict 3 wounds normally. Would you like to spend a
That'll
penny
kill
and
you.
attempt to soak it?
I sure would.
All right. You're going to spend a store Benny or a personal Benny?
Well, let's see. How many store bennies do we have?
Down to 2, but you still have
Ooh.
2 personal
I
bennies
do.
left.
And we are nearing the end. Yes, I'll use a personal benny.
All right. What is your vigor? And you're, of course, going to have to use Catherine's vigor.
It's a
because-
6.
All right. so-
Actually, they're both the same.
but hey, you had a joker this round, so you get a +2 bonus to this roll.
Oh, fantastic.
So let's roll 2 6-sided dice and see if we can soak some of this. 6 aces. Wow. 9, 10, 11. That's going to soak 2 of those wounds. You're going to get wounded once.
Okay.
Looks like a BYU co-ed.
If only you knew how to heal
Wow.
yourself in some way.
Wild.
It is quite painful. Shotgun pellets embed in your flesh, but you were able to, duck around some of the fire and just
I'm going
absorb
to
it
get
with
more
some of
of
your
my adorable
toughness.
little marks.
Yes, you are bleeding at this point. Now let's look back at those cards.
I
and see
dip
who's-
my pen in the blood. No, I do not do that.
Oh, man.
Now, one of these inmates didn't get shot in the back and shaken, so they're going to get to you, Mr. Jonah Mox, and swing their improvised weapon.
First strike.
Oh my, look what happens there. First strike comes into play. And what is first strike, Jonah Mox?
That's where if they enter my area and decide they are attacking me, I get to hit them first.
Ooh, so you get a free fighting attempt on them, and you've already got brass knuckles.
Yeah, I do, but I wish I had a knife for this. And I do now.
What do you got for fighting over there, Jonah Mox?
D12 plus 2.
All right, a D12 and a D6, adding 2 to it. That's going to be a 7, which will beat the parry, but no raise.
Yeah, well then I'm gonna get the raise. Let's use a personal Benny.
All right, you did get a
I got
free
4
one.
of those friggin' things right now.
Oh,
so-
wow. We got either a 10 or a 6 that aced and becomes a 9, so we got either an 11 or a 12. A
I'll
12
take the
is
12.
definitely a hit with a raise.
I'll definitely take that 12.
So what kind of damage are you dealing with that knife with the extra D6 for the raise?
D8 plus D6 plus D6.
So 2 6s and an 8 for damage.
I'm gonna re-roll that too because I'm ruthless.
All right. One of your personal bennies?
Yes, please.
All right. Only a 9 on that one.
Oh, go on.
I'm very ruthless. I got to use these.
Burn it
bennies,
again.
man.
Roll it again.
Let's break them.
Oh, much, much better.
Yep.
With a 14, you are going to plunge the knife deep into their chest before they can even swing that lead
He's like,
pipe
"Ah,"
at
and
you,
I'm like, boink.
collapsing at your feet.
Bully good show, sir.
Let's see who's next. Why? That's going to be you last for us, Warren.
Indeed.
Winston
So how many are
Williams.
left of these?
There are 3 of them. The 2 that rearmed themselves with shotguns, and the one that was running forward to hit you, but got shot in the back by one of the shotguns.
What was he carrying, the man who was running towards?
A length of chain.
How far away are these other
Please
chaps?
don't allow this to remind you of anything.
Luke Cage?
Yeah, that's it.
How far away are these other chaps down the hallway?
You could reach them at a run.
I'm going to go ahead and just shimmy on down there with my lovely speed and agility and remove one of these shotguns and shoot them both.
Oh.
Oh, going for a triple action. Very bold.
Well, I think he's more like going for like 2 actions. 1, pulling the shotgun away, and 2, shooting them both.
Well, if he's going to
trigger.
shoot them both, that's going to be 2.
I just figured, you know, you get, the,
Ooh.
you get
It'll be a
that
triple
shotgun
action.
spray. You know?
You can try for 3, go big or go home. I'm
Right.
okay with it. All right, to strip the weapon away is going to be opposed athletics tests. What do you got for athletics?
For athletics, so for Winston on athletics, he has an 8.
All right, let's take a D8.
But if you
and a
drop a
D6.
penny or 2, you could be all Simon for that. And just
Oh, that's 6 ace.
mortalize
It
it.
became
Oh,
a
man.
10.
But
So that's
No.
going to be opposed. The 10 is going to be opposed by a single D6. See if they can match your 10. 6 aces. 7, not
Doesn't-
enough. You
Okay.
stripped the shotgun from one of these inmates.
Bully for them.
Now, of course, you're triple acting, so your shooting attempts are going to be at -4. What do you have for shooting?
Well, for shooting, I've got an 8.
All right, so a D8 and a D6 would be -4, but you're using a shotgun, so it's only -2, which becomes a 5. That will hit for the first shot, and 1 more. A 3 and a 2 will not. You
Unless
want to spend a
we
Benny and
roll.
re-roll.
Do
I
it!
would like to spend that Benny because, of course, I shot them both. Why would I not? That seems
A
ridiculous.
4 is good enough, so both will hit. No raises. Let's roll 3d6 damage on the first one. And 8. That's enough for a shaken result. And give me the second roll.
Not stirred.
A 9, also a shaken. All 3 of your opponents are currently shaken. Bad form for them. Hey, let's go into some more cards.
Now I have a shotgun. Ho, ho,
Ho,
ho.
ho, ho.
It looks like you're going to go first, John Hux.
I'll take it.
Gosh, you keep saying that, and never mind. I'm about to test that theory.
By all means, please do.
Let me pull out my magic wand. I'm done.
That's not a magic wand.
Stick a magic wand in me, I'm done.
Pull, spray.
This is why you missed me, chat.
You're all bad people.
All
Yes.
bad vibes here. All
But
bad.
I, but I love you
But
anyway.
at least it's a vibe, am I right?
Let me
Yeah,
make
I have a
sure that I
sword.
am.
Speaking of my magic wand,
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I'm not.
I know.
I'm never gonna live that down, am I, Murray?
Helen, we watched you Google Bad Dragon on live stream. That's all it says. And it's,
Uh-huh.
it's everything that needed to be said.
And that's before OnlyFans. All right.
I have a Derringer.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to use my Derringer, but I'm going to hex sling it real quick. So it's an explosive bullet, and I want to try and get all 3 of them with it.
Okay, that means you're also going to catch Warren Winston Williams in the blast.
He is the giant, right?
Yeah.
I have so
That
much.
looks like he's just made of meat and bone.
Yep.
You got shot
I have
7
no problem. It's a
times?
Derringer.
Okay. I'm going to need the casting roll from you first. It's at no multi-action penalty because you are hex slinging. But I'm going to need the casting roll first. What have you got for that casting?
That's a wonderful question.
I believe it should be under spell casting.
It's an 8.
All right, I'll take a D8 and a D6.
Reroll.
Benny spent. Let's re-roll it.
I do love saving
Heck
our
yeah.
babies to the end.
7 is going to be a
Yep.
success. Not a success with a raise, so you do only get the one effect, in this case,
Explosive.
exploding.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the shooting test. Again, no multi-action penalty because you were hex-slinging.
Great. Well, it's a D10 then.
All right, a D10 and a D6 as you fire the shot.
A Benny to spare in case things go horribly wrong.
A 4 is enough for a basic success.
That's all I need, man.
All right. Now, it explodes, dealing whatever the normal damage it is in, but it's doing it in the area of effect now. What is the listed damage?
Oh, it's just 2d4.
All right, 2d4 in an area of effect. Let's roll 2 4-sided dice.
Oh!
I'm re-rolling those.
Can
All
you?
right.
I've got a.
He is
yeah.
he's the only person at the table that can.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, 7 is good enough to get a shaken result for
But they're
two
all three
of
of
them.
them are shaken.
So all 3 are brought down by the explosive. The 7 beat your toughness, boosted by 4 points from the protection
Not
of
even
Princess
close.
Hedgehog. And again, you're going to be using Simon's toughness, not
Oh,
Warren's,
yes, of course.
because
Simon's,
you're in Simon's body.
Simon's toughness here. What do I
His
say?
toughness is a 15 right now.
Nails.
Yeah, it doesn't even tickle.
11 is my toughness, but yes, my minus 3 for wounds.
Oh, that's right, because I boosted you.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it didn't
No,
even tickle
11
him.
is Simon's normal toughness.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So he's up to
15 is
15.
the
I was
boosted
like-
toughness.
Someone sneeze.
Yep, that doesn't even tickle a little bit.
But my little Derringer just killed 3 people. I would just like to point out.
And we are a little bit over time here, and as the bodies go down is when we're going to end up
Bodies
stopping
go
for this particular. Unfortunately,
Like
due to the
bodies hit
explosion,
the floor.
you killed the inmates, so no one is still alive to question.
Damn, I'm not going to get my interview.
Oh no! I guess we will have to uncover the secrets of this Eisenhorn.
You could
doctor
probably
and
raise one of
story.
them from the dead and question them.
I don't think I can. Can I do that?
Well, they're
Just-
not
let's put
dead. They're just bleeding out. But we
Yeah.
could
They're just
maybe
mostly
find out
dead.
what happens. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till next week to find out what happens
Oh.
because
Use my
that's
occult
it for this
skills.
I was
episode
gonna read
of
some
the
more about the
Reliables.
dead. I was going to start my
Oh.
villain arc.
Oh. And it
Thank
looks
you.
like we got some things that were purchased in the store that are going to come off next week as well.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that.
And we want to thank you guys.
Oh, we got a Benny. There's
We-
another Benny right at
Oh,
the end there.
thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you
so
for joining
much.
us. You guys rock.
And you guys are awesome. I want to thank you for watching this week. We'll be back
This
with
is-
more Reliables this coming week. Make sure to check out the Reliables Twitter, the Reliables webpage. There's Zoe Game Night, which happens on Thursdays, which you can actually participate in. They play really cool games, and you get to actually be there on Discord and participate in the game. It's really fun. Random Zoe people occasionally show up. It's great.
Oh, pick me.
Yeah.
Big
Anyway, we love all of you. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we will see you next week.
Cheerio. Jolly ho.
Bye.
Hip hip all that rub.
Oh, that guy.